Paranormal Hood. Paranormal. 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 Paranormal.
Creep with me.
Paranormal.
Creep with me. Creep with me.
Paranormal.
Creep with me. Creep with me.
Paranormal.
Creep with me. Creep with me. Creep with me.
Paranormal Hood.
Who the fuck is this?
Paranormal Hood.
Who the fuck is this?
Paranormal Hood.
Who the fuck is this?
Paranormal Hood.
If you're feeling lucky, duck, then press your luck.
Creep with me as I crawl through the hood.
We have the paranormal voice of the hood.
Creep with me as I crawl through the hood.
Jiggy and the Hoodie.
Creep with me as I crawl through the hood.
You're listening to Paranormal Hood Live Radio with the sound of DJ Ron Glenn.
This is Paranormal Hood. Jiggy and the Hoodie. Ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Creep with me as I crawl through the hood.
Paranormal, baby. Here's how we doing it, Paranormal Hood.
Paranormal Hood.
Paranormal Hood.
Keeping it on lockdown. All world is in the building.
Welcome to my hood.
My hood. Ain't nothing normal.
You can take a walk in my hood.
My hood.
Everything paranormal. Everything paranormal. If you're scared of dying, we got something for you. Open up the door, you can be immortal. If you really try to ride, step into the buckle up. I'ma show you where it's at.
We gon' burn a couple blunts, we gon' pop a couple caps.
I ain't talking about 4-5
Vibes from the strap.
Psilocybin driving, so we headed off the map.
What you know about?
Tasting color, seeing sound with a crystalline. Turning nothing into something when we alchemize. Vandalize the lies with the truth. Ain't nobody wanna take shots at this proof. All we ever wanted was the answers. Looking for unique, but our vision keep us phantom. Phantom black man, ghost writing in a pentagram. I'm from the place where our thoughts meet the program. Not too many open to the power that they hold. Just know that when we shine, it's the reflection of your soul. Supreme beings moving, watch the galaxy implode. We are not alone.
Lord, if you're not normal, welcome home. Yeah.
Welcome to my hood. Where ain't nothing normal. You can take a walk in my hood.
Everything paranormal.
Everything paranormal. If you're scared to die, we got something for you. Open up the door, you can be immortal. If you really trying to rise, step into the I gotta hold on to this feeling. I be seeing visions through the folds of the prism. Projecting all wishes, anything I want is given. Paranormal vision, you can call it supervision. Control the superstition, make them wonder how we do it. They seen us in the mud, now we out here making music with the paranormal movement that's stronger than what you deal with. If Jesus was just a fraud, then
Hallelujah for Judas.
Caesar is not the mob, so it just had to be Brutus. They hate when we on our job, cause persecution is useless. Proof that what we doing is more than just making music. Utilizing the truth, drop it off in the hood. Show 'em what's really good, the feeling is understood. We know just what it means to get it by all means. Supreme beings moving, watch reality explode.
We are not alone. If you're not normal, welcome home. Yeah.
Welcome to my hood. Where ain't nothing normal. You can take a walk in my hood. Where everything paranormal.
Everything paranormal.
If you're scared to die, we got something for you. Open up the door, you can be immortal. If you really trying to rise, step into the portal.
It's my theme music. Every good hero should have some.
20,000 police in the whole town.
Can you dig it?
Can you dig it?
Can you dig it?
Oh man, what are we digging? How big is it? I mean, seriously, we're using shovels. We're gonna have heavy equipment. Where we going? China?
Yes, we're going giant hunting.
Smoke weed every day.
From Boston to outer space, we're gonna take you all over the place. So sit back and enjoy the ride, because this is Paranormal Hood Live.
All right.
You gonna learn today. All right, the crazy train's leaving the station. Who's got a ticket? Let's go. What's Hood Hoodies? Welcome to the Thursday night. This is Paranormal Hood Live Radio. We're live and direct in the God of Knowledge Studios. I'm your host, Jiggy.
Smoke King, but he's lying. We're actually broadcasting live just outside of Area 51,
That's
everybody.
right.
This is a green screen.
Green screen.
So we could fool y'all.
Fooled y'all.
We're here at Area 51. No,
Who's
fuck that
coming
shit.
to join us? Who's coming to help not storm Area 51 and sit back and watch all the idiots get arrested? But yes, we're live. What's up to everybody in the chat? Let's see who's rocking out with us early. UFO Gandalf, Genocide, Michelle Embry, Joan Wise, Paranormal Hood Jiggy's even in the chat. E-Fluent, BG's, Lee Veltman. What's up, my brother? Anybody else? Let's see. Scroll down a little bit. Give everybody a chance to say hello to everybody. Okay. Hi, Lizzie. Because I'm still going to figure out Galadriel. I'm going to figure out how the fuck to say that word. What's up, Ottoman? I will figure it out, KB. It will happen. What's up, Cool K? Can somebody send me Skyworks 600? Can someone send me the phonetic spelling of how to say the word in the chat, please? I'm going to get it right. I feel like when I think about it is when I probably fuck it up. I wonder if in the beginning, Lizzie, did I ever have it right? Can you let me know if I ever had it right? And then I'll just realize to not think about it. Just let it just roll. Let it do what it does. What's up, Lisa? John Wise, glad you got a Thursday night. Thank you for joining us on your night off. That's awesome. Yes, folks. So it's another Thursday night, and you know how we do. Tonight's going to be hot topics. A lot of stuff going on in the paranormal news that we can talk about. Chop it up with you guys tonight. So we're going to get it popping in a little while. Nicholas Lucchini, what's up, brother? Welcome. Have some cool topics to talk about, different things. Somebody already brought up Area 51. We'll definitely be covering that tonight, amongst other things. No controversy tonight, of course, hopefully, because no one seems to fuck with us. So we're good, right? It's all good in the hood. What's up, Alfie Salmons? Or is it Salmons? Let's see another one. I crack myself up with the pronunciations of things. So hopefully we can just talk about cool stuff tonight. Not have to rant, rave, none of that type of shit. It's been cool and quiet. No one's fucking with us. We ain't fucking with nobody. We're going to keep it moving. We know what we care about. We know what you guys really care about. But we know what everybody else doesn't care about. So fuck them. Fuck them all. And they don't care. They don't care. We're going to keep it moving. That's how we do. You feel me? Hope everybody had a good week. Paranormal week. I know this, I'm just going to say something. All you motherfuckers, I like Halloween just as much as everybody else. But if y'all don't stop with that shit and just let the fucking seasons come, especially people who live around here, you got to be a special kind of stupid to be so pressed about Halloween that you can't enjoy the 3.5 months, because sometimes we get a little bit of what they call an Indian summer around here, that you can't even enjoy a little bit of summer. It's going to come. It's like Christmas when you were a kid, Valentine's Day, Thanksgiving, everything. It's going to come. It'll get here soon enough. So fucking relax. You know what I mean? Enjoy some shit. And then Halloween will be here, and then all of a sudden it'll be gone. Okay? And then it'll come back again next year. And hopefully we'll be alive for it. So chill the fuck out. Let me enjoy my nice weather and shit. I like Halloween, but I ain't in a hurry to get there. What's up, Michael Adams? You feel me? There's different ideas about how to say it in chat. I'm trying to keep up. Then that thing moves fast. It's hard. It's hard. Yeah, we're going to have some cool news for you in a little while. Get this popping. Excuse me, check a message real quick. Oh, okay. Sorry. Had a message I had to check. You do an account down on Facebook. It's going to be here. So that's the problem with it. Feel like when we hype stuff up, that once we get there, you're so hyped, it gets there, then it's gone. That's like me for every year. Like, I'd be like, damn, Christmas is coming.
Be here now.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
It's the only time it really is.
Yeah, and if you need it that bad, then why don't you do it like every 6 months, like twice a year, have a Halloween for yourself? Like just one of the 6 months after October 31st, just go and do another one. Fuck it. Why not, right? Have Halloween in the middle of the winter. Go trick-or-treating by yourself. That's what we should do. Like, make it so, like, at the 6 month mark after Halloween, make it like adult Halloween, when adults get to go out and shit. Leave the kids at home. The kids could be at the door giving out the candy, and the adults could be in the costumes. What y'all think about that? Maybe we could start that trend. Who's with me? Fuck storming Area 51. I say we storm new Halloween. We'll make it adult Halloween. Come on, who's with me? Nobody? Huh? Nobody? I get no black up? Nothing? All right, fuck it, I'll do it myself. When you see Jiggy show up at your door dressed in a fucking costume 6 months after Halloween, talk about trick and beat, you know it's good. Sorry, I'm reading the chat, the quotes too. Try to stay up with you guys, 'cause it's hard once we really get talking and stuff until we get later and slow down and bum bum. Oh, that's even better. There you go, Michelle. Door to door, you get bud. Yo, that'd be so dope. Because it is legal here, right? Yes, instead of candy, even like a nickel bag and shit. Imagine if you went on like your neighborhood and everybody gave you a nickel bag. First of all, I want to meet the motherfuckers who be willing to give out weed on Halloween.
I used to give weed out.
Well, I should have came to your house. It was probably before I started smoking. I should go as DW for Halloween. If I do that outfit, I'll get accused of, going whiteface or whatever, because I'd have to go full DW. So I don't know how I could pull it off, because I wouldn't be able to look like him like this. Although maybe I could get a shirt made, get a fake wig. I could be the Black David Wilcox. Now listen, guys, okay? Where do you see Meta at? Oh, there she goes. What's up, Meta? Meta. Good to see you. If you can figure out how I can be David Wilcox or Halloween without offending anybody, I'm with it. I don't want to end up like Justin Trudeau.
I'm going to go as Billy Carson.
Forbidden knowledge for the mindless.
He's my hero. I just want to dress up and just be like my hero.
So you're going to get a tacky suit? Wear some sunglasses?
I'm going to get a purple shirt. The same place you're going to get your purple shirt for DW.
The Joker store. Go treating and pass around edibles to all your neighbors. That'd be cool until someone calls 911.
And all this fucking bullshit, all right, the Halloween note and passing around in fucking treats and shit. The people out there freaking out thinking that somebody's handing out fucking edibles to your kid, calm the fuck down. Them shits get expensive. You ain't just gonna be handing them motherfucking shits out.
I ain't giving them no free weed to nobody. Oh.
I ain't giving no free gummies to none of that shit.
That shit is expensive as fuck.
And you know what else is bullshit? All them motherfucking teachers and all these people and shit fucking telling you that they're gonna fucking lace your fucking weed with some fucking drugs. It ain't never gonna happen. Drugs are fucking expensive. People ain't just gonna put some fucking drugs on some fucking other drugs onto your weed and shit or whatever or just fucking, you know what I mean? Just give drugs away. Fucking shit's expensive.
Trick and treat. What's up, David Bucky? I saw somebody who said they went here for the first time. I was trying to see their name, but they're fucking...
If David Wilcock grows his hair out a little bit longer, he's gonna look like he has a hoodie on all the time.
Like, who was the thing we were watching the other day?
I forget what his name is.
The video game guy, yeah.
Fucking there. Oh shit, what the fuck is his name? I know his name too.
What's up? Welcome, Victor Surge. Thank you for tuning in for the first time. Catching us live. Stevie E, Blue Eyes. Anybody know the guy's name? He was like the fucking...
I'll tell you.
You just gonna find it real quick?
It's Billy something.
I know what his name is. We don't have any video game nerds up in here like us. Johnny Consciousy. No.
Come on.
So many people don't know the legend of Leroy Jenkins. do. Come on, Smoke King.
He's at it.
Oh, of course, doesn't put his fucking name there.
Fuck it. It'll be quicker than to type this shit in.
Billy Mitchell, that's it. Y'all know who Billy Mitchell is? Fucking king of cheating fucking video game scores. Who claims to have like fucking thousands of video game score records and shit like that, and he fucking cheated on all of them. Or they never happened at all to begin with. But he definitely looks like he has a hoodie on all the time, because that's what his haircut. And his haircut's been that way for years. He's got like this long hair, and it looks like he has a hoodie on all the time. And it's just his hair. Like it even moves, like when he moves his head, his hair moves like a hoodie moves and stuff like that. It's fucking crazy. So look up Billy Mitchell. Go look at him. But if David Wilcock grows his hair out a little bit longer, he's gonna look just like that. He's gonna look like he has a hoodie on all the time. The way that it goes over the top there and everything. He's like,
you ever seen Dreamscape?
Probably. Yeah.
It was the movie with the dude from the Warriors, and I think what the hell is his name? Quaid, Dennis Quaid, I think. And the creature in the fucking thing had the same. He had a big ass fucking, looked like he always had the same kind of hair, but it wasn't a hair. It was just the way his skin was. But that's what that motherfucker looked like. That's what Wilcox is gonna look like. Corey Good growing his hair out, getting his mullet and shit. They're gonna become a rock man. Why? I'm telling you, they're gonna become a band. I mean, he already makes his tacky ass music. Why not? There'll be like a duet and shit. The new Milli Vanilli. They'll have other people singing their shit for them, and they'll put out albums. Good luck with that. Yes, Alfie, it's all about Hot Topic, the store tonight. That's right.
Yep, see, these guys got it. Donkey Kong.
Yep. Dennis Quaid. Yeah, Genocide. You remember that shit. Dreamscape. I remember that movie.
Alfie's just rattling off all the fucking... all the games the dude cheated at.
The Cobra Monster.
Him and the other day.
Yeah, Genocide's talking about the movie.
Yeah, but he's doing the games, Paperboy, fucking Neutron, Joust. He like all these old school games and shit.
How old are you, Alfie, if I may ask? I know women usually the ones that get offended.
Anybody ever seen Pixel? What's his name there? Peter Dinklage character is based off of Billy Mitchell, and the other dude there, Nick, I think it is. The other big fucking king of cheating in video games there. He's a combination of the two. That's what he's fucking... When I saw that, when I watched that movie, I was like, that's fucking great that they did that. I was like... If they didn't do that on purpose, that's fucking even better.
They probably didn't. They probably just...
No, I think they did because it's too like some of the stuff and the way that they do it, it's too spot on to like how all that shit went down and stuff. The dude with the fucking girls on him.
Stevie E went Fraggle Rock. Shit, we'll take it way back. News Zoo Review. We can keep going. Fuck that. I got some shit in this brain. All the crazy shit I used to watch. All right, folks. Let's hop into it. Give me 1 second. For those who join us for the first time, let me explain to you how the show works. Before in the next hour we get into our topic. But now, you understand that we spend the 6 days between each show scouring, searching, newspaper, magazines, books, YouTube videos, the internet, anywhere, any place, any source of that weird, that strange, that odd, that different, that not necessarily mainstream news of paranormal nature. That news could be here on Earth. And yes, I said Earth, E-R-F. That's how I like to say it, okay? I know how I spelled it the other way and say it the other way, but I like to say Earth. Or maybe it's up the moon, which is behind me, where I say Michael Jackson still resides, is well alive, and does his nightly performance. Or maybe it's up to Mars, the supposed red planet. Or maybe it's somewhere beyond, somewhere out there, far beyond the reaches of our imagination. But if it's been found or captured or seen or heard, we find it. And we bring it to you every Thursday night on this part of the show we simply call Smoke King's Paranormal News. But since Smoke King is rolling right now, I'm going to hit you with some news, all right? Y'all go with that? If you're not, fuck it. You're going to have to be because I'm going to do it. So let's go. Let's start off with some fun news here, folks. You ready? Bigfoot hunters blame for illegal marijuana suspects escape.
You're an idiot.
Texas law enforcement are blaming Bigfoot hunters for their lack of success in capturing suspects who are allegedly operating an illegal marijuana field near Dallas. Recently, a joint law enforcement comprising the Delta, whoever wrote this is a fucking idiot, should be comprising of the Delta County Sheriff's Office, game wardens, and the Department of Public Safety, went into an action after receiving a hot tip from hog farmers that a substantial marijuana field was in operation within a protected wildlife management area. With full aerial support in dope sniffing house, the Texas Task Force discovered a farm of 6,550 cannabis plants near Sulphur River, which has an estimated street value of 6.5 milli. Good God. This was not someone playing around and experimenting, Texas Game Warden Captain Steve Stapleton said. The camp was at least a mile from any road in some harsh conditions. The drug busters then went in search of the illegal pot farmers, who they suspected to be locals, well into the night when they were suddenly caught in a cluster. A group of Bigfoot hunters who were hoping to find the hairy Sasquatch were stomping all over the place, cameras at the ready, which is when cops say they lost the trail of the suspects.
Epic fail.
The justice obstructing hunters are not believed to be suspects, nor is Bigfoot himself.
Shut up!
While the hairy hominid is best known for inhabiting the Pacific Northwest, the enthusiasts may have been looking in the Lone Star State after a San Antonio man claimed to have shot and killed a Bigfoot. Excuse me, folks.
You suck, you jackass.
Just that simple and easy. It just bees like that sometime. All right, folks. On a more serious note, submerged car spotted on Google Earth solves decade-old cold case. A man using Google Earth to check out his old neighborhood in Florida wound up solving a decades-old cold case when he spotted a car that was submerged in a pond. The macabre find was
crazy.
I know. Have you seen the pictures
Yeah,
and
I've
shit?
seen it.
The macabre find was reportedly made late last month by an unnamed former resident of a gated community in the city of Wellington. Concerned by what he was seeing, the man called a friend who still lived in the area, and that individual used a drone to confirm the curious discovery. Authorities were subsequently informed about the submerged car and set about removing the mysterious vehicle from the pond. Much to their astonishment, it turned out that it belonged to a man named William Earl Moult, who had disappeared back in 1997 while on his way from a nearby nightclub. Sadly, when the highly calcified car was pulled from the water, investigators found skeletal remains inside the vehicle, which were later determined to be those of the missing man. Oddly enough, it would seem that the car had been hiding in plain sight for quite some time, as it was actually first photographed by Google Earth 12 years ago. But no one had noticed it until now. With that in mind, one wonders what other potential cold case clues could be contained in the vast number of images found on the service. At the very least, the discovery should inspire anomaly hunters looking for strange and unusual objects here on Earth and out in space. Who knows, maybe they really was a handgun on Mars after all. Okay. Yeah.
Nah, I see what I think really happened. This dude wasn't looking at his old neighborhood. You know what I mean? His conscience finally got up to him. He's like, fuck, you know what I mean? I should tell somebody, you know, at least say this family can get some closure or whatever and stuff. I'll just call it in. You know what I mean? They won't ever know it was me. Come on now. Because if you go Google Earth that area and stuff, the houses are a little bit away from that, where that water is and everything like that. You know what I mean? What's he doing looking over in that area?
He's looking over his old neighborhood, man.
And then he called a buddy who lived there to confirm it. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he flew his drone over there and saw it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, shame.
Yeah.
But they haven't determined if the person was murdered, though. They just said
And didn't he say he lived there like 12 years ago? He happened to just move out of town 12 years ago?
When Google Earth first found it, he probably saw it on Google Earth the first time. They waited 12 years. It was like, damn, they still ain't found it. Fuck it. We'll call it in.
Shit, they're gonna find out about me.
You are a huge nerd.
All right. First images of the new interstellar visitor coming in. Just a few short weeks ago, on 30th of August, amateur astronomer Gennady Borisov spotted something flying through space. What he saw was a comet of extrasolar origins passing through the solar system. This is actually quite a rare event, with only 2 being recorded in just as many years. What makes this even more special, though, is that it has been captured on camera and the images are just being released. Designated C-2019 Q4 by Borisov himself, was captured by the Gemini North Telescope's Gemini Multi-Object Spectrograph on the night of September 9th through 10th. The image, which can be seen above, depicts the comet in a very clear tail, which suggests outgassing and therefore confirms to scientists and other observers that this is in fact a comet. Yet another reason that is a remarkable occurrence, as this is also the first visitor from outside the solar system to form a pronounced tail as a result of outgassing. This is definitely something to keep an eye on. The image so far was such a rare and obscure image possible. What? Well, scientists and technology have come such a long way in recent years, which is what makes things like this more of a reality rather than science fiction. The researchers were able to capture the image thanks to Gemini's ability to rapidly adjust observations and observe objects like this comet, which have very short windows of visibility. By combining the Gemini observations, which were taken in 2 color bands, the researchers were able to form the photograph. Currently, C-2019 Q4 is close to the apparent position of the sun and is therefore difficult to observe. That said, its flight path over the next few months will bring it to a much more favorable observation position. Therefore, there will be many more observations taking place over the coming weeks, and hopefully it will lead to a better understanding of the object and where it actually came from. Uh-oh. See, guys, the blue avians are on their way back Corey's been saying this for a long time. I didn't want to tell you. It was going to be a surprise. I was going to tell you at next year's DOD. But yeah, they're on their way back. So everybody better prepare for Ascension. Go take a shit. Don't wipe your ass. And Ascension will start to begin. Okay, folks? Elizabeth, make sure you don't take a shit either. All right. Dun, dun, dun. Security camera in Wales films a full-bodied apparition. Spooky. A fantastic piece of security footage from Wales seemingly shows a full-body apparition appear out of thin air on the sidewalk of a street. The eerie video was reportedly captured in the wee hours of Tuesday morning by a CCTV system belonging to a woman living in the town of Milford Haven. Upon spotting the strange anomaly in the footage, Ann Olsen subsequently posted it online in an attempt to find an answer as to what the oddity could have been. In the footage, a police car can be seen turning a corner, and then, moments later, what appears to be a fairly distinct figure emerges from behind a pole and then walks a few steps before dissipating. Oh, shit. I just said that word again. I have not been able to, since brain surgery, I could not grasp that word, but I guess when I don't think about it, shit comes right off my rolls right off my tongue. The word came out. I feel good about that. Sorry. Just, hadn't said that word in a while. All right, where was I?
Dissipated.
I know, I just lost where. Okay, there we go. According to Austin, the camera is positioned outside of the home, which suggests that the potential ghost is not merely a reflection. Remarkably, she also claims that the spirit has been seen in the area before, but that is the first time it's been captured on film. Although the predominant suggestion, among paranormal enthusiasts for the nature of the anomaly is that it is a ghost. Others have argued that it could be some kind of a glitch in the matrix or even a time traveler. Meanwhile, skeptics will likely point to the curious way in which the apparition emerges out of the pole as an indication that the video is some kind of clever hoax. With that in mind, what's your take on the spooky video? I wish I could show it to you guys, but you can look this shit up. Yeah, there's the police car. Police camera. Action, let's see. Alright.
On that story?
Yeah, I was just trying to see if I could see the stupid ghost, but this video, shit is long as fuck. Yeah, whatever. Who knows what it could be? Could be a ghost. May not be a ghost.
I got some of it.
Alright.
I can read while I roll. Alright, a viral video that sparked theories of a Chinese Loch Ness monster turns out to show a big piece of rubber.
It was rubber?
Yeah.
It was rubber.
Well, now everybody's gonna be like, well, it's a condom from a giant, man. It just proves the giants are real.
They didn't want to make little baby giants.
Yeah, giants have to practice safe sex too. No, anyway. Viral footage of an object snaking through China's Yangtze River that sparked theories that the country could be home to a mysterious beast turned out to have captured a big piece of rubber tubing. The footage, which shows a long black object moving snake-like through the water, gained traction on Chinese social media and was widely covered by Chinese media outlets, which speculated that some sort of monster could be possibly hidden in the depths. People began to use the hashtag #3GorgeMonsterPhotos, and experts weighed in over what the creature might be, arguing that it was more likely to be a big water snake or garbage than any sort of monster or prehistoric beast. Yeah, considering that the Three Gorges fucking river and the dam there, it was just regular sized rivers. They weren't deep until they just made the dam, and it got big then. You know what I mean? It was just a little fucking tiny monster in the river until they filled up the dam, and now it's got fucking room to grow. Is that what people think? I mean, come on now, people. I mean, even people over in China who know that shit, who know about the Three Gorges River and the dam and everything and how it all is. All right, sparked. According to the UK, The Guardian newspaper, the video and related discussion thread was viewed on Chinese social media website Weibo more than 32 million times between September 13th and September 19th. Conspiracy theorists were left disappointed, however, when workers pulled a long piece of tubing from the river, which is known for its heavy pollution levels.
Said my anaconda don't want none unless you got her. Shit. Did you see them? But there's a video for crazy anaconda shit. This dude, below, he got his camera and the anaconda comes right up to them underwater and licks the camera with his tongue. And then just kind of checks him out in jets. I wonder if he shot himself in the middle of that water.
Let's see here. The UK Mail Online reported that workers pulled the item from the river and confirmed that it was made of rubber. A spokesperson for the Chichuan Yangtze River Automobile Ferry Management Bureau, which is in the province where the debris was found, told Mail Online that the object was a broken industrial airbag that had been abandoned by a shipyard and pulled along by the river. The airbag was about 65 feet long.
So I say that's all that shit is. Most of it is people fucking around. Oh, you're not gonna be out here looking for something, especially Nessie.
Shit. I think that's it. Yep, that's it.
It was a piece of rubber.
Piece of rubber, 65 feet long. In a river full of trash, nobody thought to think, hey, that could be a piece of trash. Everybody automatically assumed, oh shit, the Loch Ness Monster's on vacation in fucking China.
Eating our trash. Going to town. Good luck. Yeah, Raphael, if you saw that video was fucking ill as shit. That anaconda was, I don't forget how long they said that shit was, but it was fucking big and long. And all you just see its fucking head. It's like, no exaggeration. And the thing just goes up to the camera, licks the camera, kind of looks and kind of checks the dudes out, and then just turns around and leaves. They're lucky, though. Time for a smoke and
Yep, they're lucky because a fucking 20-foot anaconda will eat a person.
And ate both those motherfuckers. I've been happy.
All right, let's see here.
And then spit out the camera later.
Next story. There it is. Alien enthusiasts gather in Nevada desert near secretive Area 51. Dun dun dun. People are arriving there. People fucking going.
They showing up.
It's showing up. I heard some. I think this might have this. I got a story. I think this might be the one. There's musicians canceling their tour dates to go and play fucking Area 51. Oh, let's read about it. UFO enthusiasts began descending on rural Nevada on Thursday near the secret U.S. military installation known as Area 51, long rumored to house government secrets about alien life. With local authorities hoping the visitors were coming in peace. Residents of Rachel, Nevada, a remote desert town of 50 people about 12 miles outside the base, worried their community might be overwhelmed by unruly crowds turning out in response to a recent viral social media invitation to storm Area 51. The man behind the planned gathering, the date for which was never explained, worries about a possible humanitarian disaster in Rachel, which lacks a grocery store or even gasoline stations. Nevertheless, dozens of visitors began arriving on Thursday outside the town's only business, an extraterrestrial-themed motel and restaurant called the Little Alien Inn. Little Alien. Parking themselves in cars, tents, and campers. A fire truck was stationed nearby. Area 51 was shrouded in secrecy for decades, stoking conspiracy theories that it housed the remnants of flying saucers and the bodies of its alien crew from a supposed unidentified object crash in Roswell, New Mexico in 1947.
Right.
The documents, however, did not... hold on. The U.S. government did not confirm the base existed in 2013 when it released a CIA archive spy saying the site was used to test top-secret spy planes. The document, however, did not end suspicion about alien space life there. Okay. Rachel and its surroundings have long celebrated their place in UFO lore as tourist draw. A 98-mile long road A 98-mile road running through the area is dubbed the Extraterrestrial Highway, a purported hotbed of UFO sightings. In June, California college student Mary Roberts posted a Facebook invitation exhorting the public at large to run into Area 51 on foot to see them aliens. When more than 1 million people expressed interest, the U.S. Air Force administers curiosity seekers not to breach the gates at the military base, which it said is still used to test combat aircraft and train personnel.
Aren't they supposed to narrate to run?
Yeah.
What football player just did that last week on Sunday? Was it Julio Jones? Somebody scored a touchdown on the road. They did it. They ran up the tunnel and shit.
Alien Stock Roberts teamed up with Connie West, co-owner of the Little Alien, to plan a music festival in Rachel dubbed Alien Stock to entertain the expected crowds. In early September, however, Roberts disassociated himself from the Rachel event, saying it was poorly organized and he feared it could devolve into a public safety crisis, such as the Fry Festival. Well, no shit, huh? At least they had water and shit around them and everything. Like I mean, at least down there, but where they are.
But at this point, like Bud Light, all these people are committing to be there. He should have just went to those sponsors and just like, what can we do together to make this an actual festival that could pop off and be cool, not some fucking Ja Rule and shit in this fire festival. It's gonna be a hard time.
So here's what happened. Okay.
Looking at me without you.
This is what he did. Roberts instead helped stage an alternative Alien Stock set to take place tonight, 150 miles away in Las Vegas. Beer brand Bud Light signed on as a sponsor and designed limited edition green beer cans featuring alien heads. About 40 miles east of Rachel, another small town, Hico, Nevada, planned a separate event called Storm Area 51 Base Camp at a gift shop dubbed the Alien Research Center. Organizers promised musicians, artists, and prominent ufologists, and by Thursday had sold 3,200 tickets, according to Linda Looney, manager of the shop. This whole thing has been a shock to this little community, she said Thursday, adding that the organizers had hired 15 security guards and a private ambulance and ordered 80 portable toilets.
15? Motherfucker say 15?
Yeah, but 3,200 tickets sold so far.
I mean, he got 15 security.
One ambulance. One ambulance.
I wonder how many police are even in the town or sheriffs.
80 portable toilets. It's going to be really cool, she said. I'm excited. Yeah, when another 150,000 people show up to this event, and then some other 100,000 people show up to the one over there and shit.
They shut down the
People will
roads!
be like, what the fuck is going on? The expected influx of alien hunters prompted Lincoln County, encompassing Rachel and Hico, to draft an emergency declaration that could be invoked if need to help call from the state. Self-professed alien fan Stephen Ray had traveled to the region with a friend from Colorado, only to encounter a heavy law enforcement presence that was keeping visitors away from the base. I don't think we'll be able to storm it this time, he said. The Lincoln County Sheriff's Office said visitors should expect a large presence of law enforcement. Authorities urged everyone to bring ample food and water and fuel with them.
They probably got one little gas station. Let's run out of gas. Oh, these fucking idiots gonna be stuck. Oh my god, if this turns out anything like Woodstock, this shit was going to be amazing to watch. That would make, if people started seeing
that shit, they
pictures
start
here
are there's actually like look, there's tons of like campers, RVs, everybody's going.
Good luck. Hey, we'll talk about that shit more. Shit, that's gonna be fun to talk about.
We'll find out this weekend. If anything's going down, we'll probably be going live on Saturday when we're at the Freedom Boston the Freedom Rally here, aka the Boston Hemp Fest.
Hey.
But maybe we'll go live when some of the stuff is going down here at Area 51.
Live from here, not there. Unless somebody can beam me there, or anybody got a spaceship to get me there quickly, I'll go. I'm willing to go. Go chill.
All right.
Hang out and watch people get arrested and shit.
Now we get to the big one. UFOs are real.
What?
And you were never supposed to see them, military officials say. Remember those viral UFO videos you saw last year? The government would like you to forget them, please. If you all could, please just look into the bright red this right here. Ready? Ching.
You don't remember anything.
You don't remember anything.
There were no UFOs.
What UFOs? In December 2017 and March 2018, the New York Times released 3 allegedly classified videos showing U.S. Navy pilots trailing some unidentified flying objects. The mystery crafts moved at hypersonic speeds, flying tens of thousands of feet above the Earth with no distinct wings, engines, or visible signs of propulsion whatsoever. Were they flying saucers, incredibly high-tech drones? The pilots had no idea, and according to the recent statement from the Navy intelligence officer, officials, neither does the U.S. government. In a statement delivered to the intelligence news website, The Black Vault, Joseph Gradish, a spokesperson for the Deputy Chief of Naval Operations for Information Warfare, announced that the Navy officially considered the craft in these 3 videos UAPs.
Oops?
Yep.
The 2 Oops.
Unidentified aerial phenomena. That means that the aerial videos are authentic and that the objects which were detected in restricted military training airspace in 2004 and 2015 were not supposed to be there. The objects still have not been successfully identified as any known type of aircraft. The footage was also never cleared for public release. Gardish told Black Vault, meaning that there are 3 unidentified phenomena you were never supposed to know about. According to the Black Vault, the videos may have been improperly released by a former Pentagon employee who had applied for permission to share them across several government agencies as part of a database of unnamed aerial vehicles he was allegedly compiling. The man received permission to share the videos for U.S. government use only. Paperwork obtained by the Black Vault shows. However, Navy officials never declassified the footage for public release. What was the Navy trying to withhold specifically? Only some very bizarre aerial aerobatics. In one incident filmed in 2004, for example, the unidentified objects appeared suddenly at 80,000 feet and then hurtled towards the sea, eventually stopping at 20,000 feet and hovering. Then they either dropped out of radar range and shot straight back up. To be clear, nobody is saying that these mysterious aircraft have anything to do with alien visitors. They simply can't be identified or explained by current aeronautical knowledge known to the Navy. Comforted? Good, because this sort of thing probably happens way more often than we know. But no, it's not aliens. We know this.
Talk a little bit more about that later, too. Cause that
yeah, we're going to talk.
Making its rounds again.
Let's see here.
Oh, my.
You got another one? Or?
What do you say?
You got any more?
No, we go at the point we can just take a quick break, play a couple of songs, and then we'll come back and we can just jump into it all.
All right, let's do it.
Oh, actually, you know what? There was one more story I wanted to read because this was kind of... Give me 1 second, folks. I swear this sounds like the type of article that Agent Orange would fucking write, but many millions would die in the first few hours of a nuclear war, according to researchers. What would happen if a nuclear war was started? Researchers at Princeton have compiled their answer. Based on known war plans, 91 million people would be either dead, 34 million or... What? 34 million or injured, or 34 million injured, 57 million within just a few hours to start off the conflict. Sorry, that's how they added up. Our team developed a simulation for the possible escalating war between the United States and Russia using realistic nuclear force postures, targets, and fatality estimates. It is estimated that there would be more than 90 million people dead and injured within the first few hours of the conflict. The simulation starts with a nuclear warning shot, where a single missile is sent to hit a single military base, and then things get worse. Where's the rest of the fucking article? Okay, well, I don't know why this article's all fucked up anyways. But my point is, like, do you really need a fucking simulation to figure that shit out? That if motherfuckers fired one nuclear missile, that if anybody else can respond, everybody's firing their shit. It's over. And most motherfuckers are going to die, and it's everything you've ever seen in movies. No one need is a fucking. Why in 2019 they really spent the time at Princeton to put a simulator together to tell you that? A bunch of smart motherfuckers telling you some shit that even a dumb
Didn't
motherfucker
they already
knows.
do that in that fucking movie back in the day?
War
man?
Games.
Yeah, that movie War Games. They already got that. Fucking movie's awesome.
I just thought this like, why is this like make like art like print you Princeton? Come on, you know what?
You're an idiot.
You really could have done better things with your time. There's a whole lot of more important things because we know what the fuck will happen if motherfuckers start shooting nuclear weapons all over this fucking planet. It's over for most people. Civilization as we know it will be reset, restarted, boom. That's it. Like, who the fuck known that shit, man? Why don't you smart motherfuckers figure out how to traverse the universe quicker, please, since y'all spend your time on dumb shit, because that would be more important, okay? Or something, anything. How about fixing the planet? Yeah, saving the planet, plastic, something, water, you know, figure out some shit. The ozone layer, I don't know. Just saying.
Exactly, Alfie.
Global warming, climate change.
I want to play a game.
Yeah. War game. All right, folks, we're going to take a quick break. Please don't go too far.
Thermal.
We'll come back and we're going to jump into it.
Oh, that movie was great.
It's Hot Topics night, not about the store, but about hot topics in the paranormal news, in our paranormal world. We will be back.
Yo, this is a higher dimension, they better get with it. I turn all them circles to helixes. I turn all them ashes to phoenixes. Lay waste to the factors who pack in compassion, cause without the action it's meaningless. Fuck it, I'm back on my feet again. After the battle was having compassion and passion and knowing the frequency. But recently, I'm frequently feeling the fire to set fire to deities. Reset your memory, then we wet the fire that burned and circle your block with my chemistry. Watch how the infinite breathe, this how the infinite be. Off in that infinite sea, infinitely. Treading through waters too deep for these keys to believe that it's God that they see. Spirit combined with the thought, raising the heart to the eye through the spine. Mixed with this art, hyperdimensional. Soon as I enter you, emulate all of my mind. Eradicate time, quoting the place that make everything I. Everything live, everything die. Everything's everything, quote is fine. Tethering mind, crystallized I, imploding the God that you thought was divine. Jesus alive, Jesus Allah. Allah's the moon, moon is the sin. There is no sin in you, you are no sinner, and there is no death if you only remember. Astrotheology, mapping what happened in time from the stars. Ripping the heart from the archons, balancing animals. Gotta be part of the way I dismantle the truth. Counter the lies, reverse the inverted mind. Insert my power, I'm outside the hour of time. Access it all like a lesson was trapped in the mind. Easing the climb, so the ascension is something you witness through all of the victims and all of the prisons and all of the wisdom that's outside the system. All that I'm giving, I give it, you better get with it, cause this is a higher dimension. This is a higher dimension, higher dimension, yeah. This is a higher dimension, higher dimension, yeah, higher dimension. This is a higher dimension, they better get with it. I turn all them circles to helixes, I turn all them ashes to phoenixes, cause this is a higher dimension. This is a higher dimension, higher dimension, yeah, higher dimension. This is a higher dimension, higher dimension, yeah, higher dimension. This is a higher dimension, they better get with it. I turn all them circles to helixes, yeah, I turn all them ashes to phoenixes, cause this is a higher dimension.
This is a higher dimension, powered by self-comprehension. Climbing up out of this prison, I am so out of this prism. There's no confining my mental, I feel like gathering time. Wrapping it up in this rhyme, freeing up everything binding. You see what the rhyme do, casting the bliss like a spell from a witch. Do you look in the mirror and realize that I am you? We are supreme in the valley of giants and tyrants and lions and sirens and Nephilim. So why would you question them? You can apply all the pressure you want and you just gon' make diamonds and shine for the rest of them. Fire and light, water and ice, full spectrum when we on the mic. Sending you infinite energy, synchronized synergy. So you see the inner me, so you see it visibly. I show you the secrets and point to the enemy. I feel like gathering truth, spilling it all in this booth. Breaking up out of this noose, bringing you up on this paradigm. The shit that we spit at you, therapy, rejuvenation, reversal of time. Raising you up through the spine, organs aligned, controlling the planets combined. With knowing that we are divine, causing implosion without the division. Reprogramming minds that lost high in the system. All that we give it, you better get with it, cause this is a higher dimension.
This is a higher dimension, higher dimension, yeah, higher dimension. This is a higher dimension, higher dimension, yeah, higher dimension. This is a higher dimension, they better get with it. I turn all them circles to helixes, I turn all them ashes to phoenixes, cause this is a higher dimension. This is a higher dimension, higher dimension, yeah, higher dimension. This is a higher dimension, higher dimension, yeah, higher dimension. This is a higher dimension, they better get with it. I turn all them circles to helixes, I turn all them phoenixes. Cause this is a higher dimension.
False education, by manipulation. Vividly from my perspective, I see time is vacant. Or is it from your perspective? I am out in space discussing possibilities with entities in a higher race. I tried dying, I was brought back through time and space. I tried flying, I was brought back to that human race. Brought back to that night and day worst time zones. Mind's blown, you ain't sitting in my zone, cause we stay tripping off them trichomes. If I pull up, they know I'm on, I'm in my triple threat. My soul is like a window tinted, they can't see me yet. I am on my 3013 trying to spread that love, trying to unify that consciousness. But they say it's from the rock.
You know it was the they'll blame it on the they'll say it was the you know it was the they'll blame it on the This is reefer madness, we broke through that gateway. This shit feel like purgatory, we somewhere in deep space. Pill popping animal, Ciroc sipping nigga, fucking zombie in the mirror, snapping Instagram pictures. Where's Molly? Never met her, but I'm trying to get familiar. All I heard was good things, all my niggas hit her. I ain't trying to fall in love. Me and Mary J been kicking this since pimpin' been pimpin'. She still pushes my limits, I'm feeling as if I'm different. We all know I'm that same nigga, fighting the addiction, biting into your prescriptions. Fight getting for dinner and it's doing what it does. The same people that think I'm crazy will praise me when I tell them it was the rock. Said it was the rock. You know it was the rock. They'll blame it on the rock. They'll say it was the rock. You know it was the rock. They'll blame it on the rock. No killer, I will never die. Life is an immortal, is a different high. The view from where I'm sitting got them pissed off. Wishing to envision my simplest comprehension. See, this love is all I know. Got me shifting through dimensions. Tell me you don't get high. I say the drugs have been a chicken. Poison in your prescriptions. Venomous politicians. Numerous contradictions. Am I pimping or am I living? Damn, I'm tripping. Man, I gotta be insane. If sanity was an option, then I wouldn't have a brain. Destruction is why I came to live it through this cocaine. So when the shit goes up in flames, they'll have something they can blame. It was the rock. Said it was the rock. You know it was the rock. They'll blame it on the rock. They'll say it was the rock. You know it was the rock. They'll blame it on the rock.
Great would make Paranormal. Great would make Great would make Paranormal. Great would make Great would make Paranormal. Great would make
Freak with me as I talk to the hood.
We have the paranormal voice of the hood.
Freak with me as I talk to the hood.
Jiggy and the hoodie.
Freak with me as I talk to the hood.
You're listening to Paranormal Hood Live Radio with the sound of DJ Ron Brandon.
Wait, where is the TPS store at?
It's probably through.
This is Paranormal Hood. Jiggy and the hoodie. Ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Freak with me as I crawl through the hood.
Paranormal, baby. Is how we doing it, Paranormal Hood.
Paranormal Hood.
Paranormal Hood.
Keeping it on lockdown. All world is in the building.
Welcome to my hood. Where ain't nothing normal. You can take a walk in my hood. Everything paranormal. Everything paranormal. If you're scared of dying,
I wonder if anybody in the audience knows all the words to this song. Create a video, rapping the song, went to prizes.
Psilocybin driving, so we headed off the map. What you know about? Taste the color, see your sound with a crystallize. Turning nothing into something when we alchemize. Vandalize the lies with the truth. Ain't nobody wanna take shots of this proof. All we ever wanted was the answers. Looking for unique, but our vision keep expanding. Into black man, writing in a pentagram. I'm from the place where our thoughts meet the program. Not too many open to the power that they hold. We shine as the reflection.
Brandon's gone over to the other side, y'all. Brandon Young is gone. We lost him.
I have to take away your wrench, Brandon.
Brandon, go into the line, Brandon.
Everything paranormal. If you're scared of dying, we got something for you. Open up the door, you can be immortal. If you really try to rise, step into the I gotta hold on to this feeling. Only seeing visions through the folds of the prison. Projecting all wishes, anything I want is given. Paranormal vision, you can call it supervision. Control the superstition, make them wonder how we do it. They seen us in the mud, now we out here making music with the paranormal movement that's stronger than what you deal with. If Jesus was just a fraud, then hallelujah for Judas. Caesar is not the mob, so it just had to be Brutus.
You went full woo.
You don't never go full woo. Everybody knows that. You don't never go full Utah. Don't do that. You'll never come back from that.
It's really good, the feeling is understood. We don't just what it means to get it by all means. Supreme beings moving, watch reality explode.
We are not alone. If you're not normal, welcome home. Yeah.
Welcome to my hood.
Brandon. His name was Brandon Young. His name was Brandon Young.
It's my theme music. Every good hero.
Oh, God. That's a good one. Oh, man.
20,000 police in the whole town. Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
Smoke weed every day.
You are listening to Paranormal Hood.
Don't wish that upon yourself.
Peace and love, everybody out there. This is Paranormal Hood.
It might happen.
Fuck it, the crazy train is starting. Let's go. Oh, the chat is awesome right now. Before we get back into the show, we have to say rest in peace to Brandon Young. We've lost him, folks.
It's nice to know you.
He's gone over to the dark side. He's now one of them.
Blue side.
They converted him. Now he's an operative of theirs. He's running psyops for Tom String-em-along and DeLong. What's up, hoodies? Welcome back. This is Paranormal Hood Live Radio. I'm your host, Jiggy.
I'm Smoke King.
And we're roasting one of our fellow, well, used to be Dank Alliance members, Brandon Young, in the chat. Brandon, that's fucking awesome, though. So you went to, first of all, just so you know, I had no idea that TTSA had places you can go and do this shit. So that was a revelation, one in it fucking self. Two, the idea that you can go in there and this motherfucker's got merch and everything set up that has to do it to the Stars Academy. Is any of it, I didn't get to see all the chat. Is it just all that stuff, or is there some of the stuff from the band and all that type of stuff, or this is strictly paranormal shit? Like it's all TTSA stuff. I wish I could get you live right now because we could do a little rundown of this shit because that sounds like fucking, it sounds cool if it wasn't him. It sounds like it'd be cool if it was somebody other than him because I just don't trust that motherfucker. I just think he's strictly in it.
That's why there's a whole store. He's trying to make money. It's just a money thing. He did what, $40 million in fucking debt. I don't know why. What they spent $40 million on, probably that store.
They've got franchises in every major city throughout the U.S.
But you know what I mean? To uncover a fucking #1 balloon and I don't know.
Hey, but he's got the difference is, but he does have some legitimate people working with it.
Yeah, that's I mean,
you know, as I was laughing, I tried to be serious when I said it, but. Oh, Brandon.
I mean, I would have stopped in if I was there. I'd be like, all right, cool, let's check it out. I wouldn't have bought anything like that, you know what I mean? Wouldn't fucking help pay his fucking debt off. Better go put out some more albums there, dude.
Did you take some pictures and shit in front of the place and everything? Did
What?
Tom himself, like, did he actually, like,
No.
check you out? No?
But if I see you rocking the t-shirt, you definitely sold out, dude.
Dude, it doesn't matter. Once he walked in the store, they said, "Oh, we have more merchandise in the back room, Mr. Young. Come on back." He's
The
like, "Wait a
MK
minute."
Ultra programming began.
But he said, "Wait a minute. How did you know I'm Mr. Young?" And then he was like, you know, he's like, "Oh, just do me a favor. This
He
handkerchief
woke
right
up
here,
strapped to a chair with his
exactly.
eyelids pried open like this.
Yep. Just breathe into this handkerchief, please."
All of a sudden, there was some Clockwork Orange shit going on for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And now, next thing you know, because I haven't seen Brandon Young for a little bit. Now, then he pops up in the chat room here.
Yep. All of a sudden, talking
shit.
about how he visited a TTSA and he comes back with nothing but good and friendly and fun things to say about this place.
It's like the aliens are real, guys. Believe
What
me,
happened
I'm telling you.
to Brandon
Tom
Young?
DeLonge told me.
Somebody go and physically take back his Dank Alliance card. If you see him smoking marijuana, spray him with a squirt gun. Put it out. I don't know. I think we've lost him, folks. I think he went to the other side. I think he's gone, man. Brandon Young, what do you have to say for yourself? You're on trial in the chat. Say
That's
you
why
what your
he's
purpose
fucking.
is.
And no wonder why they're broke. They're just giving away free stuff over there.
Uh-huh. 1 minute he's in Mass, next minute he's in Cali. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. What's going on, Brandon Young? You got some answering to do, bro. Go, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Now we know Brandon's price free stuff. Brandon's all about the swag. Is that what it is, Brandon? So if we make you pay for it, would that get you back to the Dank Alliance? Popcorn. William Penny need popcorn over there. He got kids. All right, but I want to know, like, was everything in there about, like, the TTSA? Was there any variation and stuff? Like, I just want to know.
I think he said this. Some of Tom's guitars were in there. Is there any like Blink 182 merch and what's his band there? Because I actually like the other one that he does. Is Angels and Airwaves. There's some good stuff there.
Watch this. Watch the clock. I just love when it does that. Backwards, frontwards. Sorry. Probation and some. He may have to do some mushrooms and shit. Do some soul searching with us. He may have to go before the board and answer some questions.
There's gonna be a full-on investigation into this. We're gonna put you on the commissioner's exempt list.
Who do you work for? Jiggy, his guitar was there, but no Blink. Yes.
Yeah, Angels. Yeah, because the Blink and
what's
he's
Angels?
Not, he's not because he's not. Yeah, Angels and Airwaves is his band. Blink 182. He's they're all
Like, is there like videos playing of like the fucking #1 balloon bullshit and everything in there? I just wonder how far woo this store could possibly be. Road trip, like who the fuck road trip? Out of mind, where do you live? We see. First of all, that road trip shit, unless someone's got an RV and it's like, okay, we're gonna start here and drive all the way there in something comfortable. That road trip shit, unless there's some things playing along the way, doesn't really work for Jiggy. Jiggy is tall, doesn't like cramped spaces for too long and stuff. So I could fly. We could fly. Wait, where the fuck is? I don't know where he said it. What part of Cali? That as many times as I've been to Cali, especially in the past couple of years, I can tell you I still do not understand all because Cali is so fucking big. Northern fucking California. I've only pretty much been to Southern California, apparently. So although San Francisco, that was when I was young. But as an adult in business, and everything, I've only pretty much, I guess, it's Southern Cali because LA and all this shit below there and where else? I don't know. Whatever, but. Where is this place actually? Can you kind of explain to me in layman's term where it is in California? Yep, on the Apple TV. So he was playing that shit on the TV. That's funny. Oh, San Diego. Okay.
Speaking of Apple TV and stuff, fucking Steve-O put a video up earlier, and he went fucking shopping for a new computer with Steve Woz of Apple Computer, and their friends and everything, to use the discount. And like his employee number is legit #1.
Right. Makes sense. Because #1 gets the ultimate discount. That's funny.
Shit was funny as fuck. It just reminded me because you guys said Apple TV and shit. I was like, the employee in the store's like, "What's your employee number?" He's like, 1.
Yeah, he said Ensenada. See, I don't know.
Yeah, but I don't know what.
Yeah.
It's probably in Southern California.
No, he said because he said San Diego area.
Oh, so it's kind of middle.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, yeah. I think that's the furthest of Cali I've been, at least as an adult. Yeah, and whatever. Interesting though. Tom DeLonge, TTSA has a store. And
Wait,
they
San
sell
Diego?
goods.
You said?
Yeah.
Yeah, San Diego, Southern California.
Okay. See, I don't. Yeah, so I'm saying I don't listen again. I don't listen.
Yeah, it's Southern California.
Northern, Southern, Eastern, Western Cali. Cali's just cool. I like being there. Even though Raphael will never come fucking hang out with me when I'm there. He's another one. Oh shit! That's why Raphael. Oh, that's why Raphael and Brandon want to hook up because Raphael's another operative over there. I don't know what's going on here. It makes sense. So honestly, folks, I'm looking forward to finding out what's going on with this Area 51 shit. Like, with people showing up and stuff, what is it actually going to turn out to be? Because the town is prepared for it.
It'd be cool if it turns out to be like a big, huge, like Woodstock thing. Everybody just shows up in the middle of the desert and has a good fucking time for the weekend. You know what I mean? And everything's cool. But nowadays I don't foresee that happening.
Someone's going to get drunk.
There's several events going on now, too. So, I mean, how many people are going to show up to each one? Obviously, the one in Las Vegas, wherever that's being held, is limited to however many people are allowed through the door of that place. So, that one's not going to be too big. But the ones that are in the two small towns, the only two towns in that county or whatever, I guess, according to the last article we were reading and shit, or closest towns to Area 51, there's already people showing up, and one said they got bands coming and stuff. The other one, it's gonna be interesting to see. I wouldn't be surprised if we went over onto like Instagram or somewhere, and some people are probably already posting the pictures. I just got here to fucking Rachel, Nevada, ready to storm Area 51.
I'm dressed as Naruto. Is that how you say it?
Naruto running.
Yeah, whatever the fuck.
People all got their running shoes on and shit. Fucking their sweatbands on and everything. They're like, I'm ready to go.
But E-Fluent, the thing too is though,
if I was there, I'd be showing up. All these people wearing like running gear and shit, like ready to run in there. Stuff like I'm getting out. I'm wearing fucking bulletproof armor and stuff like that. Driving through in a fucking fully armored Humvee. That's what I would be doing. But most of these people, they're just showing up in their geometrics and stuff like that. They're Honda Civics,
bicycles,
hopping out, putting on their New Balances.
Oh shit! They got their electric scooters, their electric
Like,
bikes.
I just felt like running.
Good luck. Fuck that. But with the federal government involved there on Area 51 and its properties and stuff alone, they're probably gonna have buses and shit. They'll be prepared because they have buses and stuff probably anyways to move people around. So the jails won't be a concern for them. That's not gonna be a concern.
I read, well, there was another article that I didn't read about it, but I remember some of it, and I was reading it and everything. The military has put up extra barriers just in case, and they have extended the perimeter out so nobody can even get into that, where they normally can. Most people can get to a certain point where they all take the pictures and everything like that, and then they turn around and drive away. Because you can't go past that point and stuff. So that's all. I guess they fortified that more. But they set up another barrier outpost out further past that. And they have more people on call or whatever at the base at the time and everything, just in case people do try to run in. And they got a whole plan set up in case.
Good luck.
And then that other time, Hiku or whatever the fuck it was, they got 15 security guards, an ambulance, and 80 porta potties. So they're ready.
15 security. Dude, I remember doing a rave in Great Barrington, Massachusetts in the 90s, and I had they had to send us a fucking private fucking bus to put everybody on that bus to get my security done. I wish I would go to an event like that with 15 security. You're fucking
3,200
bugging.
tickets have been sold already, and they got 15 security guards, dude.
In a desert, it's in a building or so?
I don't know exactly where it is
If
or
it's
how they got
out,
it set up and everything like that. Like 15 security guards for 3,200 person event. That's like the front door. That covers the front door.
Good luck.
What about the fucking talent? All the other door, everything, the whole fucking.
That's probably the only security in the area. They probably made that security company just for that event. All right, all my cousins is going. They got the football team from the local town to fucking do security. Some college or some shit.
Dude, there's not even enough people in the town to actually have a school. They don't even have enough people in the town to have an actual football. There's only 50 people. A football team is what, 52? The whole town doesn't even make up a qualify for a fucking NFL football team.
Shit. 53-man roster. Yeah. Wow. That's hilarious. And people, the irony is that people actually believe that no matter how many, the more people that show up, you better believe the more law enforcement, the more stuff it will be called in. That's what they'll call the National Guards and shit like that, and everything. That's why
they've already declared the state of emergency and the ability to have the
That's
National
just gonna
Guard.
happen.
That's the other thing that was in there. The National Guard is all the people in Nevada National Guard and everything this weekend are all on. They're all on duty or whatever this weekend, ready to go like that to be out there to do whatever and stuff. So, so stuff. I guess bad stuff. I guess won't happen. So that's why I'm saying. Hopefully, it's just a good time. I didn't get. The bands I don't remember the names because most of the bands weren't really big bands and stuff like that I was reading, but I guess some big name bands are supposed to be there. They canceled their shows this weekend to go to fucking this thing. Budweiser, we know, has stuff. Who else has it? There's a bunch of companies. Kool-Aid has Alien.
Oh yeah,
Alien Kool-Aid fucking thing right now, and literally the Kool-Aid guy looks like an alien fucking Kool-Aid jug thing right now instead of the regular Kool-Aid face thing. Like he look like all alien on the fucking front of the Kool-Aid thing. Who else had a fucking thing? I think Domino's has got something, and one of them fucking pizza things, companies or something like that, has an Area 51 thing that's going there. Who else was? It's so. I just hope that everybody is smart and safe and everything like that, because it is the fucking desert.
But there won't be. That's the problem. But hopefully, they with the structure that'll be around it, they'll be the ones having to fucking pick some of these fucking idiots up and take them somewhere.
But that's the thing. There is nothing around. There's 50 people in Rachel, Nevada, and they're mostly people.
I'm not talking about the 50 people.
I'm talking about everybody else. The 50 people are gonna be like, yo, you all just send in the reinforcements. These people are dying out here.
We need help. Send water.
They showed up in Subarus thinking that they was going to Coachella.
That one tow truck guy is going to make so much fucking money.
They thought they was coming to Coachella.
I'll get to you as soon as I get these other 7,453 vehicles that are dead on the little bit of highway we
Let's see
got.
if we can.
Yeah, I was trying to find the article.
Oh, I was trying to find some fucking shit of people posting up on their way to Storm Area 51.
Good luck. We're on our way. Can we put it live on that? That'd be fucking hilarious.
Oh, if I find something, I'll try and get it up there.
Coachella. There's gonna be no Chella. Please take photos if you dress up like a blue chicken to go to Area 51. They got those blue alien suits and shit, so there'll be all kinds of fucking pictures coming from over there, I can imagine. It's going to be just kind of, picture Contact. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Contact. That's what I can imagine it's going to be like. Likened to that, not that folks are going to be out there like, oh, we've already made Contact, but that kind of effect where it's going to be like the party people, there might be some religious people, there might be, you never know who might show up there. Like people from all walks of life and just curious people. And then the problem is that there's always people who kind of mix in, who are going to try to do some slick shit or be whatever and try to maneuver somehow, who didn't get the message that these motherfuckers are prepared for your stupid asses. And those will be the people who end up getting arrested and shit and carried away and learn the hard way about some stuff. The unprepared. And the motherfuckers who just don't think. Get some fucking liquor in them, the wrong kind of drugs and shit.
Who's this here? Some music people. They show themselves packing up and they're headed to Area 51. It's called Daddy Music.
Okay. Good luck, Daddy Music. Are these people just going to be allowed to play wherever the fuck they want? Or they got stages?
I don't know. It doesn't say. It just says they're all packed and they're prepped and help. And they thanking somebody to help them to make it happen, and they're off to Area 51. There's been a couple of people posting the pictures of standing in front of restricted Area 51 signs already. This is all within the last fucking 15 minutes.
Wow. The power of social media.
There's somebody's driving on their way to Storm Area 51. Somebody else just posted a picture up fucking 20 minutes ago of right outside of Area 51. Private property, warning, restricted area. There we go. Yeah. So, I guess people are going and they're on their way. And
Excuse the fuck out of me.
Another person driving, showing them they're just driving down the highway.
I would go. I'm just curious.
On their way to Storm Area 51. So I mean,
see, now I would go just out of curiosity, like just to, but not.
No, that's just the people that are just like posting right now. Imagine all the people that are too busy driving or doing whatever on their way there. They ain't posted up and shit right now.
But I bet you if you go to like Periscope, there might be. Let me check Periscope. You never know, because there's probably people like literally driving and shit, and just that's what people do. They drive, they stream shit and everything. This is fucking hilarious. The thing is, the groundbreaking part of it is going to be how many people show up. The idea that these motherfuckers are actually getting in there and getting anything, and yeah, no, good luck. Anybody who believes that I don't give a fuck how many people show up, that those motherfuckers will ever get inside that facility, not because I believe there's aliens there or I believe there's any AI technology or any of that bullshit, but just because of the fact that it's a government facility. That if it was ever stormed, it's because they'd allow them to and they'd back off like this so they can go in there and find that there's nothing in there. We just clean the whole place out just to fuck with them anyways, no matter what was in there. Yeah, good luck. You use Kool-Aid to color my kid's hair. That's all it's good for, exactly. Ugh. just fucking sugar and water. I don't understand the idea that Kool-Aid's good. Some dye and some sugar and some water. Okay. It's got riboflavin in it, though.
Well, there's a channel that's going to stream it all. I guess they're already streaming. They got an alien dancing on the screen right now, and it's got a countdown saying that the event will start in 0 days, 17 hours, and 35 minutes.
Right.
And there's like 200 people already in there just watching this alien dude dancing on the screen, looking live at Rachel, Nevada. Or maybe that's just a screenshot of Rachel, Nevada right now. So people will be streaming the Storm Area 51 or whatever's going on. What the fuck?
Would you say it's Rachel, Nevada?
Yeah, Rachel, Nevada. All right, let's see if I can narrow it down.
Sorry, we're both trying to I'm interested in this now, just to see if there's anybody. Let's see. Alien stock tickets are free. Yeah, this is all. There's nothing new. Oh, that's interesting. Not on Periscope. Does anybody know anybody who's going? Or is there anybody following anybody who's going that they actually know who's going? Bands, anything?
Yeah, I can't remember the bands. Obviously, that Daddies, whatever we just saw, they were loading their van up. I just saw them over there on. No, I don't want to do that. Go back. Well, this is a Fox News report, and
oh, yeah, because at some point, I'm sure someone's going to be reporting from there. It's hyped enough that, I mean, the mainstream media, everything was covering it, so I'm pretty sure.
It's a Fox News. They just kind of showed a couple of RVs and some cars pulling in and stuff, and they were talking to the sheriff's department. Looks like it must be fucking from Las Vegas or something. Must have sent out with a big, huge sheriff fucking RV fucking mobile fucking command unit thing is out there and everything like that, because Rachel, Nevada doesn't have a need for one of those or have one of those at all, so it must be from fucking they must have sent it out from Las Vegas or something like that, but they got a mobile command
center. Oh, so you see the SWAT team show up,
and the camera pan down the street, and it shows like some RVs, like a line of like cars and RVs coming in and shit. Look like a little bit more traffic than normal for the area, so we'll see what happens.
Well, I mean, the more RVs, the better too, because those people have their own toilets or self-contained and stuff too.
Yeah, so they have. They hopefully they brought a little bit more than beer and stuff. They got some water and some actual food and some supplies for the weekend and stuff.
And then what are the liquor laws there? Can you actually be outside with an open container in Nevada? Because different cities, different states, there's different things that go on. Here in Massachusetts, you absolutely cannot. Are they allowed to cook outside? Are they going to need permits? Is the town going to have to give permits for folks who had a barbecue and stuff out there and do those things? I mean, how is this going to work?
That town is going to make a whole lot of money if they wanted to, though. I bet you they better figure it out. This could be a once-in-a-lifetime chance for that motherfucking town to make the come-up. That'll be the thing, too. Watch the town, as the towns around it, whatever, will start to make a little bit of money. Then it'll progress, and then they'll do that shit annually. We'll do it every year until we get to the point where there's so many people they can't help and they can't stop us all. Storm Area 51, 19. But I am curious. If I had the means, I would go right now. Just to check it out from a distance. I'm not a troublemaker, nor do I want trouble, nor do I definitely wouldn't want that kind of trouble. But just to see it. People can be interesting, so it'd be interesting to see what they would do. Genocide, you said you knew people who signed up to go, but none that are going. What, you go there and not bathe for a couple of days? No one's ever been in the wilderness. You've never been camping, nothing, and just gotta rough it. First of all, you're not going there with a bunch of perfumes and fucking deodorants and all that stuff.
If I was gonna go, I would have an RV and shit. I would have fucking had an RV and stuff with fucking plenty of supplies. I could have showered in the RV and whatever.
You're gonna have an RV with a couple of motorcycles on it, because that RV may be stuck there for a few days. Come back and get this motherfucker. Fuck that. I don't want to be in no RV. I don't want to get stuck there. I want to get stuck in the middle of fucking one fucking highway that's got 2 fucking lanes and shit, one going each way. Some bullshit.
All right, so I'm an RV. I'll just camp out another day and wait until the traffic's gone.
The traffic will never be gone. Do you know how long it took them to recover after Woodstock? Yeah, just watching people get arrested. But I wouldn't want to watch anybody get arrested and stuff. You just hope that people I don't get it. I get that the kids started it and people kind of ran with it and took it and made it their own thing. But the idea that there's still anybody that's willing to go down there and think that there's a large group of people who really are truly going to try to storm this place is just asinine. I think most people are going there to be spectators.
Just going to have be a part of everybody going there, be a part of the spectacle. That's what it's basically going to it's turning out to be.
Yeah, because I think most people wanted to see what's going to happen. Like, what could happen? So I just want to be there. It could be history, groundbreaking. What's going to happen? Nothing. It's going to be a whole lot of partying, a whole lot of fucking sex, drugs, rock and roll, all that shit. It's going to be one big fucking party. And, I mean, there will be some folks, again, there's going to be idiots who are going to get arrested for whatever reason.
Yeah,
they may not even make it to that point because the town, you don't know those towns' laws, you don't know anything, how they're going to fucking function. They may even start letting people know, like, this ain't going to be going on here, blah, 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 passing out flyers, you never know. So, folks think they're going to go there and do whatever, good luck. Snake bite kits and shit, yeah, see, yeah, all that. Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, these people have no idea about going into the desert. I mean, some of the people who live out in that area and stuff that might fucking be like, yeah, let's drive out here and stuff. But the people that are flying in and all this stuff and like it's Burning Man and fucking...
They're going to get fucking taken by some. Don't worry, I am your guide today. Just follow me. I know the desert well. It'll be $17,000 a piece. But you'll make it back alive. Get taken and shit. You better bring some flashlights, some batteries. You better figure out, yeah. And then most people don't even know. The funny thing is there would be people out in the desert trying to navigate with their cell phones and stuff because they wouldn't even know how to navigate. Stupid shit like that. Like, just the idea that there's someone out there who's going to try to navigate with their cell phone, I guarantee you.
Oh, I'd have a sat phone.
Fuck that. I'm going to have a nice little old-fashioned compass.
Well, that too, but, sat phone's good to call.
Yeah, I guess if I'm going there, I'm going to have a sat phone because I just have a sat phone lying around, but I do have a compass. I don't got a sat phone, I got a compass, shit.
You do, you can make it your cell phone most one. Pretty sure I can call and have them turn it on.
Oh. I didn't know, I thought it was a special thing for a satellite phone.
Yeah, but if you have special phones, certain phones can do certain. So you can go into areas.
I still barely know what my phone does, and they got an 11 like now. That. Fuck that. Yeah, chips and soda for $33. Stupid shit. It's going to be like Woodstock. If you ever watch, like I watched that fucking movie Taking Woodstock, and they were trying to do selling bottled water, and they were like, they're buying bottled water, and last night people are buying the water from the tap and shit. Like, people quickly get ambitious, man.
Well, see, the cool thing, the original Woodstock, everything was just free. Everything became free after, so like fucking the first few hours, pretty much. Everything they just went, everything's free. All the food was free, all the water was free, everything was free. They just let everybody eat for free. People just started giving away shit for free everywhere. But they were in different situations.
They ain't going out there to promote themselves. Why would they go?
There was water around to give to kids. There was fucking food around to give to kids.
Not out in the desert.
Not out in the desert.
Nope. Nope.
Good luck getting you some water.
They had farms. They had fucking everything up there. I've been up there to fucking Rolling Hills Asylum, which is like right in that area where Woodstock was. And that's all you see is cornfields, farms and shit. Everything you could think of in that area. That's very self-sustainable. So those people being giving and stuff at that point because they had made so much fucking money that it's fucking...
They did. They had brought in a bunch of oat and make oatmeal and stuff like that. And they took care of everybody there. The whole community ended up doing it. And Rachel Nevada was like, yeah, we'd love to be able to do that.
We can't. It's not, yeah, good luck.
We get our fucking monthly delivery comes into the fucking little rest stop area here, whatever it is, and that's it.
Well, you got Budweiser, you got all those other fucking things out there too, though. And did you say they're going to be, I thought earlier, like months ago, they said it's going to be water, right? In the cans or something, instead of beer?
I don't know if that's what they're doing out there. Maybe some of the ones there, but they have a promotional thing. I think I saw somebody who had a thing of Budweiser, or they might be putting it out, and they're supposed to have it, and you're supposed to be able to buy it. See, it's just a money grab thing now. Even the kid who started it, he ended up, he's like, oh yeah, we're going to have the actual festival. He turned in and was going to have a festival. He's like, oh, I can't do this. And now he's doing something in Vegas, which Budweiser's there to sponsor and everything. See, he did get the sponsors, but they pulled out. They're like, Budweiser's like, oh, no, you're going to spend that much money there. But we got a spot over here in Vegas where we spend shitload of money all the time anyway. They'll let you do it there. All right, cool, dude. We'll storm Area 51 from Las Vegas. Sounds good to me. It's like, yeah, you can use our suite and everything, dude. It's cool, you know. We'll fucking sell a shitload of beer, make a bunch of money. It don't matter to us. And he's like, sure, where do I sign? That dude sold out.
You know what's crazy? Like, if you think
at least Ja Rule and them didn't sell out. At least they're like, fuck it, let's keep going for it, dude. Let's just keep going, no matter what.
They wasn't there though.
I know. I was fucking
fire. Oh man, the fuck up thing is, I wonder how many people, right, expect this story months from now, years from now, that how many people may actually get taken by the desert and not knowingly could pass away in the desert, and desert creatures, whatever, have their way with them.
Don't even make it there, don't even know.
Right.
Who
and then
knows
people will be like, aliens took them. The government took them. They got taken, they're somewhere being interrogated, blah, blah, blah. Or, you know, the aliens came down and took them, and blah, blah, blah. There's going to be so many stories.
On Google Earth in the middle of the desert because they took a wrong fucking turn.
We should take a fucking pool, like start like a pool bet on how many urban myths and legends will come away from this one stupid event. I won't say stupid because it seems like it could be cool and fun.
But like I said, if there's already people going, there's going to be people posting up, I'm sitting out here outside of Area 51, look at this, a UFO! And I'm going to be like, it's an airplane!
It's a helicopter! It's a drone! I wonder if there's going to be a no-fly zone for drones over there and shit, too, because, you know, if
there is.
Okay.
There already is in that, like, whole area.
Every idiot be trying to fly a fucking drone over there.
You can't get a drone anywhere close to see anything like.
But I'm talking about even at the town, like where the festival is.
You get the pictures that you can see on Google, like on what we see online, where it's fucking in the distance. You see like these little grainy buildings, and you're like, that's as close as you can get. Now, if you put a D900 up on that bitch.
Still ain't gonna see nothing but the fucking facility. It's not gonna matter. It's not gonna see some fucking aliens walking around or some shit.
It's not like they move them things around above ground, right?
Yeah, they keep them below ground, man.
Yeah.
They haven't been above ground for years since they got them from Roswell. Didn't you see Independence Day?
But we can see them taking the anti-gravity UFOs out and flying them around.
Data's still down there working.
Now, here's the thing. Let's talk about anti-gravity for a minute here. Mr. Bob Lazar and all these fucking anti-gravity fucking freaks and everything like that. They're like, oh yeah, these beings, they fly around in anti-gravity fucking spaceships, right? That's cool and all when you're in a place that has fucking gravity, but when you're in fucking space, the force of gravity is like next to fucking nothing. So what are you using fucking anti-gravity for? Like here, yeah, cool, I got an anti-gravity craft, I go outside, I get in it, and I hit the anti-gravity button, right. And I'm gonna float up away from gravity.
But then
then once I get up into space, how am I propelling myself? There's no gravity.
You turn the anti-gravity off, and then you have gravity.
I just keep flipping the switch. Yeah. I turn the gravity on, and then I shut it off. I fit the anti-gravity, and I propel off of that, just back and forth.
Oh, that's where they got the idea for the low rider that bounce. That's where they got it from.
Hit the switch. But that's what I mean. These people, they don't think about this stuff. Real fucking, like if Bob Lazar was really fucking as smart as he says and everything, and all these fucking people that are like, I'm quantum fucking mechanics and shit, I know all about UFOs and everything, because I listen to Billy Carson and David Wilcox and David Icke and everybody talk.
He was on Joe Rogan. He was on Joe Rogan.
And I know it's anti-gravity. That's what they would use. It's anti-gravity propulsion systems. Anti-gravity propulsion systems.
I touched those ships, and I did some back work on them. And, you know, what I came up with was that they were not ours. They were from somewhere else.
Start rolling some more, damn it.
Oh, folks.
So, I don't know. Sorry if I just burst in anybody's fucking bubble out there about your anti-gravity fucking dreams. For anti-gravity to work, you need to have gravity.
Is that what we should do, BGs? Maybe we could get together as a group and we could help remote view what's going on at Air 51. We could all collectively
So as
put
far
our minds
as
together.
having an anti-gravity fucking engine powered by fucking Element 151.
Oh, wait.
Bob Lazar. It's full of shit.
Dude, they use anti-gravity when they get here, but when they're in space, they use rockets.
Oh, yeah,
Hello?
that's right. Rocket Man.
Burn another fuse up here alone.
Rocket Man.
They use rockets in space, remember? Hello, Lord Pakau's rocket. Forbidden nonsense, didn't he have the toy? Didn't he have the little thing? Right? Come on, man.
Well, if you look, he's holding some kind of control. No, it's fucking easy.
He's holding his penis!
Dude, come on. He's rubbing one out, dude. What the fuck? He's holding some type of control. It's a joystick. Yeah, it's definitely a joystick, dude.
Oh, wait, no, Pakau's the one that got, like, something near his mouth, something near his anus, something everywhere, right?
His
Isn't that the one
feet,
that...
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This is Billy Carson, aka Forbidden Knowledge, and you're listening to.
No, I'm sorry,
Paranormal
Michael
Live
Adams.
Radio.
Nope, it doesn't. I know. I was like, what? Anti-gravity doesn't work when there's no gravity? There's gravity? What? Like, really? Come on. All these people say it. Yes.
You lose.
Fuck.
Good day, sir.
Shoot the moon. Excuse me, folks. I would love to sit down with them on quantum theory just to prove they have no idea what they're talking about. They would never... listen.
Oh, you want to... none of these people would be able to sit with an actual quantum fucking theorist or physicist or anything like that.
Just have Joe Rogan do it. He was quick to get the dude from Twitter together and everybody in the room with people to have questions. Get Bob Lazar in the room with some of those really, really intelligent people that you know.
Like, all right, here's the thing.
Any one of them, not Neil deGrasse Tyson, please. I said any one of the really extremely intelligent people you know.
But Neil deGrasse
he's
Tyson,
smart.
he
I know,
is
but
really
I don't know,
fucking
but-
smart
I
and
know,
stuff, but
but-
he's kind of
kind of a dick.
You want to see it fucking after later on? You guys want to see some funny shit? Go watch Deepak fucking quantum nonsense fucking Chopra fucking get his ass handed to him again and again by real fucking physicists and shit like that. And real people who know about fucking actual science stuff. That dude, when he talks about this stuff, it's just fucking, he's just tossing up word salad. Oh, woo-woo word salad and shit like he's knows anything from his ass from his elbow about fucking quantum mechanics or quantum physics or fucking anything quantum. Anything actual fucking theoretical physicist,
Hey, Quantum of Solace, the James Bond movie. What's up? Oh my God! All this, dude.
All these people, even fucking forbidden nonsense, fucking talking about all this fucking quantum, and I'm gonna have. He is it his first space fucking agency that he's selling a fucking. Is it one of the things they're gonna do? Is it anti-gravity fucking thing so they could fucking send whatever country it is over there, Uganda or something?
Huh?
Yeah, the first fucking forbidden nonsense. That's this whole fucking thing. Remember, they got the guy on the fucking. They got the fish on the hook.
I bet you they got people in fucking Uganda
We got an
over there
investor on the hook.
making
We're reeling
fucking
him in.
phone calls and shit.
We got anti-gravity things set in fucking Uganda to space or some fucking country over there.
I represent Forbidden Nonsense. I would like to know today if you would like to make a donation on your phone to our cause. We are trying to send an anti-gravity ship into space. And if you make a donation today, you will be ahead of the game. You will not only receive nothing in return from our long con, but you will just be conned anyways. But you should still give to us. We will get you into space. Good luck with that shit. I even tell who knows what I don't even fucking. We're blocked everywhere anyway, so I have no idea if that thing's raised any money. Keeps going. If people, good luck with that shit. Oh man, shit. The Joe Rogan and Dan. I enjoyed Dan Aykroyd. This is my problem with Joe when you talk to people who are woo. And Dan, don't get me wrong, Dan Aykroyd is full woo. Like he's woo. That's cool.
Woo. He went.
He also
full,
goes from his personal experiences
woo.
and stuff, and he says he's had these experiences. Okay. With that being said, Joe Rogan with this, it's like he gave Bob Lazar this complete pass and shit, and then you sit there and act like everything that Dan Aykroyd is saying was like, oh yeah, no. He just shut down everything that this man was saying.
Yeah, but we know why. We know why.
Right.
We know why Bob got a pass.
Netflix. Oh, Bobby. Sorry, Jeremy Corbell. He was at the event I was at. He was there. But yeah, that's the whole thing. I didn't like that. That's the one problem I had with that whole interview, was the fact that he was just kind of shutting him down. You know, it's like, all right, but dude, you have your woo in you, and just because you don't believe whatever. Dan Aykroyd clearly was very well versed, and that's the thing, because all the stuff he was spitting are all stories most of us know. So I'm still like, okay, yeah, woo. Some of it, you know, I say with Travis Walton, I still don't know, whatever. You know, I like Travis, he's a nice guy, not based on that. It's just a story I've followed my whole life, pretty much. And there's just some people, there's some stories, and most of it for me is just completely woo. But Dan Aykroyd knew what he was. He knew the players. He knew what's going on. You know, he's very well versed in this stuff. He's done shows. You know, he said he started. You know, his family was really into it. So, the idea that Joe didn't know some of the stuff that Dan Aykroyd was talking about, was quick to shut it down, though, was a problem. Like, it's like, dude, all right, just get Bob. Just get Bob on there with a smart person. Just one of those really smart people you know, and take it from there. You know, and then we'll see where you really stand on the woo, because Bob Lazar is full gone woo. Can you woo? There's nobody more woo than Bob.
That's what I mean, because yeah, Joe just had Sean Carroll on, and Sean Carroll's a fucking physicist stuff, fucking brilliant dude, and he was talking with him, and they're talking about all kinds of stuff that's not woo, actual fucking quantum fucking theories and everything like that. And Joe kept on saying, see, that's what, no woo here and everything like that. And then I'm thinking, well, cool, why don't you and Sean and fucking Bob Lazar sit down together and have a conversation and see what you say then at the end of that conversation, Joe. You're going to be like, God damn, Bob, you're full of woo.
You know why I think Bob gets a pass from even Joe? It's not even just a Netflix thing. He's been around so long, and he's always played that I've kind of been obscure. You know, I'm not around. You know, I'm not really into this. I don't make he plays it up so well that I think that some people are just like, you know, why would he lie? He's not lying. You know, he's not this, he's not that. But we've done shows on this motherfucker. Stephen Cambion did a fucking incredible fucking thing on Bob Lazar. What's this show? The Midnight Hour. And you clearly
did an excellent show. There's a bunch of stuff out there just totally showing the whole true, real happenings and what's going on with Bob Lazar. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's what I mean. Like, you know, Jamie's supposedly supposed to research some of this stuff and look into it, and he couldn't find any of the shit that any of us have found.
Jamie's,
you know what I mean? That's why I think that and even some of the stuff too with Joe, I kind of was like, is Joe just and when you watch it, I'm like, is Joe just agreeing with him just to agree with him? Because when you're watching it with some of the stuff, it's like Joe's just kind of like, yeah, yeah, oh yeah, totally agree. But yeah, that's so fucking cool, dude. I know, man. That was great. Because they had dinner the night before. They must have talked it all out and everything. When they hashed it all out and stuff. And I was like, this whole thing is fucking Netflix fucking all over it. That's what I mean. The whole thing with the Joe Rogan and the Bob thing. And
maybe Alex Jones is right. Maybe they did get to him. They got to him.
Yeah, Netflix got to him with his fucking, what's it, a $60 million deal for the fucking specials he puts out on there for fucking.
I don't know how much anybody makes. Good for him. Good for whatever they do.
Yeah, it's like 40, 50, $60 million deal that Joe Rogan signed with Netflix for fucking like 4 specials or something like that. It's like 10 million a special, fucking 12 million a special. I don't know.
And then you get a signing bonus. And BG, if you were talking about, he was talking about the paranormal stuff too. I mean, if Dan Aykroyd, Ghostbusters, everything, and he even was talking about. That was the funny thing. I don't know that I've ever heard him speak about that before, but there's a scene in Ghostbusters where there's a ghost that's pretty much, having their way with him. And he actually said that was a real experience that kind of happened to him, and he put it in the movie. It's embellished a little bit different than the movie because he said he actually thought he thought it was a male possible that was laying next to him and cuddling with him in his bed. But I had never heard that story before. But I mean, he's that's the thing with Dan Aykroyd. He's got the background. He's got these alleged experiences that he speaks about. So with him with the woo, he's very, very well versed, very well researched and all this stuff. Like he clearly doesn't just sit and just read about it. He's met so many people. He's talked to many people. Probably doing the cons and all that type of stuff over years and everything. He's probably made a lot of connections that way too. So listening to him talk, I was cool with what he had to say. I think he's full woo-woo, but it was fun. And he said the most important thing, if you listen to what he said this multiple times, is it's entertainment. It's entertaining. He said that a few times because the point is for him, too, is that it's not only the search for the truth, because I really believe he's looking for the truth, but along the way, the woo actually helps him as someone who's a writer, as someone who's a director, as someone who's an actor, as someone who's a creator. I also believe it helps him to create other stuff, and it's constantly on his mind, probably this stuff, how can I relate this into movies, into different things that I might write and stuff like that. So I think that's what's understanding the aspect of that whole entertaining thing he kept saying too. It's entertaining for him too, and it probably keeps him going. Because the more you talk about it, for some people, the more belief there is. The more people you talk about, the more belief there is. Where I'm like, the more people are talking about it, well, why are they really talking about it? And who was talking about it first? And where did it come from? And let's take it from there. Yeah, I get it. It's cool. I've gone full woo-woo, but, I went to the woo-woo school, how to, get unwoo-wooed. And I got unwoo-wooed. And, there's still a woo in me. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, some people would say my Travis Walton thing. I just don't know. Whatever. And funny enough, in a couple of weeks, I'll be in Pine Top, Arizona, which is actually very close to his. And somebody else had an experience in there. Is it Bashago? I don't want to say the wrong people's names. I forgot. Somebody else has had an experience somewhere there. But so it'll be very close to the area. So who knows? Maybe I'll take a little drive out there. Wouldn't that be cool, though? Aliens came down and said, what's up to Jiggy? But see, I won't run towards the thing because I know that I don't want them to blast me and hurt me, so then they got to take me aboard the ship and have to fix me and stuff like that. I just want to see the ship.
I don't want to get hit by no anti-gravity rays or any radiation coming off of that anti-gravity stuff, so
yeah,
I'm going to stay back.
But I'm gonna get some. See, I'll have clear.
I like my gravity.
I'll take more than one camera with me too, okay, folks, so I can live by my rule, and I'll get some clear video and stuff and everything. All right. So if there are ships out there, Jiggy sees them, I'll let you know. See, I'm on this, man. I'm already taking advantage of the ideas. I already know what's out there. Do my research. But yeah, I'll be at Disclosure Con up in the mountains of Pine Top, Arizona. I'm going back to Zona. Does that make sense? I don't know. Sorry to make a song there. You like that he was talking about his family burned. Yeah, he got real deep. I mean, he went real deep. But I enjoyed the interview. I didn't like Joe's resistance, though. Even if the thing is, it wasn't that Joe has to believe, but it was just the idea that a lot of the stuff he was just shutting down based on stuff that he didn't even know some of these people. And he was just like, no, well, that just sounds like, well, yeah, okay, well, Dan has talked to these people, sat down with them, interviewed them for shows, everything. And I like when he thought that his show got shut down, though, because, they didn't want it to get out.
Yeah, I know.
On a channel that has a whole lot of...
a whole lot of woo.
A whole lot of woo, but not your woo, Dan. Anyone, your woo was true.
Because he had just talked to Hood. I forgot who he said, but yeah, that was hilarious.
Who did he say he had just talked to? Too? Oh, Greer. It was Stephen Greer and somebody else.
And the next day they canceled the show.
Because of Stephen Greer. Imagine if you really know Stephen Greer. You can imagine that. Imagine someone to shut your show down because of him. The dude that can't get into like Australia and other places and shit. Good luck. See, that's you gotta be well versed about those people. But see, the thing is, does he still feel the same way about Stephen Greer? Who knows? Again, Dan was entertaining. Like you said, it's entertainment. He was entertaining for him. I get it. It works. Yep. Again, he's so far into the woo. I get it.
Yeah, he studies a whole lot of woo, and he knows all that stuff and everything. Now, the sad thing is, he's not really open-minded. He's so into that, that's all he looks at. He doesn't look at the other side of it and be like, oh, well, damn, that story isn't true. Or this isn't that. You know what I mean? Because some of the stuff, who knows? Those experiences, they're real experiences some people might have had. Whether what that experience was a real experience or that's the way the person just happened to interpret something that happened to whatever. You know how all that shit goes and stuff. That's fine. But then I'm sure there's a lot of it if he actually looked into it and he would have been like, oh, yeah, no, that really wasn't a UFO. Yep, you can clearly tell that's a plane right there that this person fucking videotaped and stuff when they got abducted. So, or whatever the case may be with the stories and everything like that. You know, a lot of the stuff is, you know, especially with the Bob Lazar and stuff. If you really look into Bob Lazar, it's not that hard to find out the stuff that all the people we named, us, CW, Steven, Camion, and a bunch of other people who have already found this information and put it all out there. It's real easy to find. You don't have to go that deep into Google. It's like on the second page. Click next page over. Not the first page, go to the second page of Google.
You don't gotta go far.
So that just shows, I mean, he's you know, only focusing on that one that way. Oh, where is the evidence leading me to? He's not like, oh wait, is this actually really evidence? And questioning that stuff. He's just like, oh, yep, sure, I believe it. Let's go this way. I believe it. I'll remember this. Yep.
Fascination Street. What's up, Jimmy? I don't know who else. If it's Jimmy and I don't know. I don't think Nico would be up this late. But Sarah. Hi, guys. Cheers from across the pond. Good to have you with us. Awesome. The first family of friends. Make sure you check them out on YouTube, folks. Subscribe. There's even an interview with Jiggy on there. So please go subscribe. They're awesome. Awesome. Good to see you guys. All right, as we approach the 10 o'clock hour, I want to acknowledge something because it's a very significant thing in paranormal history. It is the 58th anniversary of the abduction of Betty and Barney Hill. It's very significant because, one, it's the first recorded abduction in the United States of America, and as I always talk about our very haunted and paranormal New England, it is a part of New England. There's a state above us, which is New Hampshire, or New Hampshire. Would that be the proper way to say it, my friends across the pond, New Hampshire? Oh, cheers. Let's see. All right. For those who don't know, let me tell you a little bit about the story. Barney and Betty Hill were an American couple who claimed they were abducted by extraterrestrials in a rural portion of the state of New Hampshire from September 19 to September 20th, 1961. It was the first widely publicized report of an alien abduction in the United States. The incident came to be called the Hill Abduction and the Zeta Reticula Incident because the couple said they had been kidnapped by aliens who claimed to be from the Zeta Reticula system. The story was adapted into the best-selling 1966 book, The Interrupted Journey, and the 1975 television movie, The UFO Incident. In September 2016, plans were announced to make a film based on the events with an unknown release date. Most of Betty Hill's notes, tapes, and other items have been placed in the permanent collection of the University of New Hampshire, her alma mater. In July 2011, the State Division of Historical Resources marked the site of the alleged craft first approach with a historical marker. Okay. So, well, I know everybody most people know that story. What's going on B Square? I mean, most people have heard it. Most people know it. So, I mean, it's not, I just wanted to give you a little brief history. If you did know it, I've always found the case kind of odd. One, because of the times. One, because the two, if you don't know this, they were a mixed race couple. And during those times, things were a little bit different, especially in the, isn't it Live Free or Die state? Isn't that what New Hampshire is? The Live Free or Die state. In New England period, I know there's a misconception about race and stuff in the North and the blah, 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 and bullshit that most people know, but there's definitely, excuse me, another history that most people from around here don't know, aren't privy to. It's not something most people would study in the history books, but there was a lot of shit that went on up here too. So I've always thought it was just weird that, their story, how it kind of unfolded, but it's kind of taken a lot of years of listening to it and watching different things over and over again. And I believe too, I was just at International UFO Congress, and I believe like their granddaughter or daughter or some relative of there, I believe, was there to speak. I can honestly tell you, I could have passed that woman 1,000 times. I may have spoken to her and not even known that was who she was, because I spoke to a lot of various people, and I have my 5-minute rule anyway. So it's just one of those things that I always wondered about what went on with them. If you give me a second, I'm going to read another story about them. The first alien abduction account described a medical exam with a crude pregnancy test. The space creatures also got excited about dentures, according to Barty and Betty Hill's story of their 1961 close encounter investigated by the Air Force Secret UFO Initiative. Is it chasing us, they thought, coursed through Betty and Barney Hill's minds as they drove down the empty, winding country road in New Hampshire's White Mountains. It was a September night in 1961. They hadn't seen a car for miles, and a strange light in the sky seemed to follow them. When they finally got home to Portsmouth at dawn, they were far from relieved. They felt dirty. Their watches stopped working, Barney's shoes were strangely scuffed, and Betty's dress was ripped. There were 2 hours of the drive that neither one of them could remember what had happened. With the help of a psychiatrist, the quiet couple eventually revealed a startling story. Gray beings, excuse me. Sorry, 'cause I'm trying not to laugh as I read this. And gray beings with large eyes had walked them into a metallic disc as wide, Betty said, as her house was long. Once inside, the beings examined the couple and erased their memories. Their experience would kick off an Air Force inquiry, part of the secret initiative Project Blue Book that investigated UFO sightings across the country. The incident will also become the first ever widely publicized alien abduction account and shape how stories like it were told and understood from then on. Debate continues as to whether the husband and wife were liars, fantasists, crackpots, or simply sleep-deprived people who later recovered seriously scrambled memories. The Hills road trip was spontaneous, a well-earned break Barney decided the couple needed, as explained in The Interrupted Journey, a 1966 book that collaborated on with author John G. Fuller. Barney worked as a grueling night shift at the post office, driving 60 miles each way. Betty's job handling state child welfare cases was no easier. The little free time this biracial couple had was devoted to their church and activities related to the civil rights movement. After 16 months of marriage, Betty and Barney saw the trip to Montreal and Niagara Falls as their delayed honeymoon. They left so impulsively they had no time to go to the bank before it closed for the weekend. They got in their car with less than $7 in their pockets. On that last night of their 3-day trip, the tired couple sipped coffee in a Vermont diner to recharge before driving back. Barney figured if they pushed through, they could beat the wind and rains from an approaching hurricane. They left the diner around 10 p.m., estimating they could reach their red frame house in Portsmouth, New Hampshire between 2 a.m. and 3 a.m. at the latest. As they drove, strange light in the sky gave another reason to hurry. At first, it looked like a falling star, but grew larger and brighter with each mile. Barney, an avid plane watcher and World War II vet, was sure they had nothing to worry about. It's just a satellite, he assured Betty. It probably went off course. Okay. The light seemed to move with the car as Barney steered down the curving mountain road. The light zigged and zagged, ducking past the moon and behind trees and mountain ranges, or only to reappear moments later. Sometimes it seemed to move towards them in a game of cat and mouse. It had to be an illusion, they thought. Maybe the car's movement made it seem like the light, too, was moving. Curiosity overcame them. The couple pulled over at road stops and a picnic turnout to get a closer look. Through binoculars, Betty saw that the white light was really an object spinning in the air. Barney, she told her husband, if you think that's a satellite or a star, you're being completely ridiculous. He knew she was right. Barney had an IQ of 140, noted Fuller in his book. Barney was also a pragmatic man who wouldn't give flying saucers a second thought, remembered his niece, Kathleen Martin, in her work, captured the Betty. That's probably who was at the, so it's probably their niece, I imagine. The night was too quiet for a helicopter, a commercial plane, or even military jet with a hotshot pilot. He didn't want to spook Betty, but he was becoming concerned what was the light and why it was toying with them. About 70 miles past the diner, the object hovered just above the treetops, approximately 100 feet above them. Barney abruptly stopped the car, keeping the engine running. He shoved a handgun he'd hidden beneath the seat into his pocket and rushed into a dark field, leaving Betty in the car. What he saw was as big as a jet, but as round as flat as a pancake. My God, what is this thing, he recalled, thinking. This can't be real. Behind rows of windows, gray uniformed beings seemed to look right at him, Barney recalled. He tried to lift his hand to his pistol, but somehow couldn't. A voice told him not to put down his binoculars. He had a startling thought. We're about to be captured. Yelling hysterically, he ran back to the car and barreled down the road as Betty tracked the craft, craning her head outside the window. Without explanation, loud rhythmic beeps sounded from the car's trunk. The couple felt instantly drowsy and lost consciousness. They came to around 2 hours later and 35 miles down the road. Recovering down the road, back home, they tried to make sense of the night. Barney felt compelled to examine his body with lower half. Both seemed aware of a puzzling presence. In the weeks and months after, Betty, an avid reader, checked out books from the library, discovering the civilian UFO group National Investigations Committee on Aerial Phenomena, NICAP. She also reported the sighting to the Air Force, worried about radiation. In coming years, with Betty suffering from disturbing dreams and Barney developing an ulcer and anxiety, the couple sought mental help. The two met with Benjamin Simon, a psychiatrist and neurologist who specialized in hypnosis, a mainstream technique at the time. Through months of weekly sessions, Simon helped the couple piece together what they think had happened. A vessel had landed on the Hill's car, putting them to sleep. Afterward, gray beings walked them up a long ramp and into the spacecraft. Once inside, the Hills were separated, taking turns in an examination room that had curved walls and a large light hanging from the ceiling. Each was asked to climb up on a metal table. The table was short. Barney's legs hung over the side. During the examination, the beings removed Betty and Barney's clothes, plucked strands of their hairs, took clippings of their nails, and scraped their skin. Each sample was placed on a clear material, not unlike a glass slide. Needles connected to long wires probed their heads, arms, legs, and spines. One large needle, around 4 to 6 inches long, was inserted into Betty's belly. The pregnancy test left her twisting in pain throughout. A being Barney and Betty called the leader watched from the side. After Betty's examination ended, the being rushed back into her room, excited. They discovered that Barney's teeth could be removed. Betty laughed, explaining that Barney had dentures, a fact of human aging that beings struggled to understand. Later, along with the leader, Betty asked where the craft had flown, admitting she knew little of the universe. The being jolted her, saying, "If you don't know where you are, there wouldn't be any point in telling you where I am." Later, under hypnosis, she drew a star map shown to her on the ship. In 1965, the Hill story was picked up by a Boston newspaper. After that, everything changed. The Quiet Couple story became a subject of a best-selling book. A movie starring James Earl Jones, the upstanding civil servant, had become celebrity abductees. The Hills weren't the first to spot a UFO, even report an abduction, but their story did capture the nation's imagination and was so widely publicized, it has helped shape how we talk about alien encounters and abductions to this day. Before the Hill story, alien encounters were friendly, according to Christopher Beta, a professor of sociology at California's Chapman University. Some aliens even lived on Earth and commuted back on weekends. But once the Hill stories became known, abduction accounts shared certain characteristics, such as medical examinations and missing time. Aliens with large heads and big eyes, dubbed Greys in UFO circles, became classic sci-fi staples in personal accounts and pop culture. Close Encounters of the Third Kind and shows like The X-Files. The Hill stories and those that came after helped pave the way for a new understanding of human experience. Richard Nave McNally, a Harvard psychologist, puts it this way. The alien abduction phenomenon, in my opinion, shows how sincere non-psychotic individuals can develop beliefs about the false memories of incredible experiences that never happened. Experts on all stripes have tried to explain why intelligent, otherwise mentally stable people came forward with these experiences. Many psychologists say sleep paralysis and hallucinations played a role. Leading questions during hypnosis, the main way most abductees unlock their stories could also have been a factor. Those who report abductions might also see the world a little differently, according to research. One of the strongest predictions of false recall is a vivid imagination. This group scores high in a magical ideation and more likely to believe in ghosts and tarot readings, according to McNally. Some believe the Hill story was simply a myth in the making, with the supernatural meetings, vulnerable protagonists, and other worldly journeys that are often the hallmarks of legend. Many point to the stress of being an interracial couple living in a predominantly white state in a turbulent era. The year of the year of their hypnosis, 1964, was marked by Cold War tensions and civil rights unrest, with numerous urban riots erupting this summer. You have a biracial couple at the time, where obviously it was not easy to be a biracial couple, says Beta. Look what those aliens were, a mixture of black and white. I find that very meaningful. Abductee stories depend on first-hand accounts, the most vulnerable form of evidence. Memories can be distorted by stress or distraction or even manufactured. When a false memory is in place, psychologists say the brain works to fill in details. Psychologist Michael Shermer points to patternicity, the tendency to see patterns even where none exist, helping us to see faces and clouds or assume that one even event caused another, and pareidoia as they call it now. Past experience also shapes human perception. Barney, a World War II vet, through his head gray, looked like Hitler and seemed menacing. Betty, meanwhile, thought the head gray looked, Barney, a World War II vet, thought the head gray looked like Hitler and seemed menacing. Benny, meanwhile, who had been excited to see the aliens, bantered with the affable Gray who performed her medical examination. The alien even agreed to give her a book to bring to Earth with her, she said, though other crew members would later overrule the decision. In this way, alien abductions and encounter stories have helped psychologists understand the human brain. It deflects in the even weakness inherent in memory and first-hand accounts, according to Christopher French, a psychologist specializing in human experience related to the paranormal. What we see and hear, especially under less than ideal observation conditions, can be heavily influenced by our prior beliefs and expectations, wrote French in The Guardian. NICAP's scientific advisor cross-examined the couple and found their account credible. The Air Force Project Blue Book would ultimately dismiss the story, determine the unexplained craft could be explained by natural causes, hinting that the couple hadn't seen a spacecraft but only the planet Jupiter. For his part, psychiatrist Simon never felt the Hills had made up their story. He concluded Betty had dreamed the abduction and Barney had absorbed her story, especially since many of the most vivid details matched the description of dreams Betty had jotted down after the event. I believe implicitly in the honesty of the people, he said on the 70s radio program. Of course, another explanation always possible. The abduction actually occurred. The Hills stuck by their story despite years of skeptics and detractors. Like many abductees, the couple never felt false memory of sleep paralysis explained their experience. Betty became a known UFO voice in research and claims she was visited multiple times in the decades to follow. Listen, like I'm saying, the first time I heard the story, researched the story, all right, cool. Did a little bit more research and actually saw pictures and stuff of them, and yeah, I was like, all right, wow, man, I was born in 1970. I remember how crazy shit was then. I can imagine what these two motherfuckers was going through up in the state above us in the 60s. Now, did something really happen to these motherfuckers? Because I know that there's pictures of shit that happened to their car. different shit.
I was trying to find, because I have a whole thing that fucking totally just tears that whole story apart and everything. But I can't find it. I don't remember where it was. I've been looking while you were reading that and stuff, but yeah, that whole thing and all their stories afterwards and everything that they were involved in, it was basically just a big, huge fucking thing, scam for money and stuff. Even the guy who fucking hypnotized them and helped them piece this story back together and stuff was in on the whole entire thing. When it comes down to it, he's credited in like one of their books and stuff like that, and all kinds of stuff. Like the whole thing was just ended up being a whole way to get money and stuff.
Makes sense. Like I said, I don't know. It was
Yeah, the
one of
damage to that car, I think, ended up. You could tell that they hit the guardrails or something like that, and they're driven off the road. That's where the sleep. That's where the thing. Everybody agrees that they fell asleep while they were driving or whatever. She was probably already asleep and stuff, and he was driving still and stuff, and he probably fell asleep and careened off the road and stuff. And they woke up and they're like, "Well, what the fuck are we gonna say? Oh, we got abducted by aliens!"
Aliens! It was aliens. It's always aliens. Aliens.
That explained the damage, but when they looked at the damage, it wasn't like any out of the world.
Bohemian Exile, why are you not in Rachel, Nevada right now? I feel like you should be there. We needed someone to be there that could give us some reports directly from there. Love it.
Yeah, and along with the Zeta Reticula story, it actually should be Zeta Ridiculi, because it's ridiculous. And Astronomy Magazine actually almost went belly up and bankrupt because of this, because for some reason they actually posted a story that had to do with this in their magazine back when it was starting out, and people didn't like it too much because it's not true, and because that planet and what they said in their star map and none of it lines up to be with anything anywhere that's known, especially
Shit's
where they say it
weak.
should be. It's not there at all, and this was like very easily provable, but for some reason this magazine, it just got through and it was printed and all this stuff happened, and I'm sure people lost their jobs and stuff, and the guy who's writing the story in here and stuff, he said that they call it the Zeta Ridiculi incident because somehow, some way it slipped through when somebody printed the story in Astronomy's magazine later on in the 70s about Barney and Betty Hill in this place Zeta Reticuli, which didn't even exist and stuff. They even put the star map up and stuff, and people, astronomers, were like, "Oh, let's check that out." Oh, what? You say what? Am I reading the right magazine here? You telling me to look where? And I'm supposed to see what? Astronomers all over the world. It's like, let me check that out. Huh? That's not, no.
Hey, Ma. How you doing? I see you chatting up with my friends across the pond.
That's another thing that just totally throws a wrench in their story. I mean, just a lot of the stuff doesn't add up. And then again, the way that they pieced it together, the aliens were black and white and all this stuff and everything that they said. If they had 6-inch long fucking needles and all this stuff stuck into them, they would have had some markings from this. They would have had some things, you know, from the testing that was done. That none of that they had. None of that. All they had was this quack fucking hypnotist guy fucking. Open and piece together a story, and his story is, I wish I could find the goddamn articles and stuff like that all link it all up and everything like that. It's on there. It's online somewhere.
Let me give it a second.
The libraries are fucking huge. You know, my library is huge.
It'd be cool if it was like a real story.
I was even looking through all my links and stuff. I gotta get a goddamn secretary as an assistant, somebody who can file all this stuff for me, because my filing system isn't that great over here.
Now I gotta see what that chick's name that was at International UFO Conference. Because I know she was supposed to be some relative of them, but Congress, excuse me, but I don't know. That's just me. Now I gotta go back and look. Is the website even still active? You can't. They took that page. The page is gone. Never mind. Is that it? Never mind.
So, yeah, the Bonnie and Betty Hill is then they have connections in this and a whole bunch of other woo stuff.
I wanted to believe it was real.
They were somewhat involved. I think they had their hands somewhat involved with the fucking. Isn't it Amityville Horror? They were started. They got into a whole bunch of the paranormal, not just UFO stuff, and they had their hands into all kinds of stuff that turns out to be that shit wasn't real too. Like I said, it all ended up being into. They were just trying to make a bunch of money. They were trying to make money and everything like that. They figured like this. They had this little accident up in the fucking woods and shit, and I mean, fucking. The way they tell it with the pregnancy, she could have been fucking slobbing his knob and stuff, and he fucking crashed off the road and shit because he saw some fucking bright lights of another car coming down the road. And like, oh fuck, UFO!
Wait, they went by with the Warren, Ed and Lorraine Warren.
Yeah, the Warrens. Yeah, they ended up the Warrens and Marty and Betty Hill. That's why
we talked about this before, so I just don't remember all of it.
Yeah, we've talked about it because they are a bunch of fucking woo-woos over there too and stuff, and we know all their fucking shit is all a whole bunch of fucking boo-boo, woo-woo. Because yeah, the Warrens, I know they were involved with Amityville Horror and stuff, and I'm pretty sure the Barney and Betty Hill were in on that at some point a little bit and stuff
the Parent
like that
family.
too. Yeah, they were involved at starting
Annabelle,
with that
the doll.
The paranormal thing of all these people that were coming out with all these woo-woo stories and stuff. When you come to find out, it was a bunch of woo-woo.
Should we go? We should go to the museum. Want to go see Annabelle? See if I can arrange it. Yeah, you guys want us to go fucking film with Annabelle? See if we can see Annabelle.
I want to see Annabelle do some crazy shit.
Bust some karate in front of me. Annabelle might stop pop locking and shit. You know what I'm saying? Take it way back. Mom, remember those? Oh man. We have to see if we can make that happen. John Zaffis is actually an extremely cool guy. I call him OG Johnny Z. But he actually has Annabelle and some other stuff from the Warren collection, because that's actually that was his aunt and uncle. And he has the stuff in his museum in Connecticut, which is only a couple states over. So you never know. And I got a lot of family in Connecticut. So you never know. See if we can make it happen. That would be cool, though. John Zaffis is a really extremely cool guy. I haven't seen him this year because I've been away every time the normal events that I go to have existed or go on. So I haven't seen the normal. You would be surprised, like I say, as much as I talk about people in the ufology, cryptozoology, and now the, what do you want to call it, the spiritual, conscious, blah 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 community, the paranormal field, like ghosts and all that type of stuff. I know all those guys too. I've been going to those events just as long. I make my way to all the events. There's usually events that are around here in New England, because most of those guys on most of the shows that, Ghost Hunters, they were all from Rhode Island. Ghost Adventures, Nick Roth is a friend of the show, producer of show on Amazon Prime and VidiSpace. It's from New England. Let me see. I don't know where Aaron's from. But I know, like, most of the shows that first started, most of those folks all have roots in New England and stuff. So John Zaffis, his show, most of the folks on his show, like even most of the shows that are on TV right now that have to do with ghost hunting and stuff and paranormal investigation, most of those folks are from around here. But I got to meet all of them over the years. The only person I haven't met is Zach, pretty much. I've met Aaron, I've met everybody else. I just have not met Zach for whatever reason. He doesn't really do events anyway. Yeah, Taps, the Taps team. Credit to them. As much as they're hated on in the beginning, if you go back and watch in the beginning, it was a cool show, and it was a groundbreaking show. And I think, like everything else, I always say this about the ghost shows. I don't give them a pass. I don't give us a pass when it comes to, investigating and stuff. It's a hard thing to do, like anything else. But there was a lot of editing and stuff involved and a lot of corporate shit and BS, and we dodged that shit for years. Because it's just not something we wanted to do. Like, we don't want to really fucking be edited out of existence or edited into some fucking coonery or some shit, because that's what they really, literally,
yeah.
can
They
tell
take
you
something that happened here with something that happened here. They make it
Dude,
look
I
like,
can
oh,
tell you
it's
some of the
happening,
shit
make
that these
something
motherfuckers
cool,
was
and
trying to
there's
fucking.
so much shit that all these people were doing.
They probably would have tried to put me in a
talk
blue
about,
chicken
You want
suit.
to talk about the Warrens?
What? Oh God, no, because John is such a nice guy. I don't want him to take
He's a
any
nice
offense, but
guy,
yeah,
and I'm sure
I
they,
know.
you know.
I know, but yeah.
Ed really.
Is it their connection to Betty?
No, I don't know if this one has it in it yet. I'm still looking for that one, but I found the thing about Lorraine and when she passed away, and the little thing about them and all their bullshit and stuff. So, yep. R.I.P. Lorraine Warren.
You have a blunt rolled for this?
Yeah, I have one. I can
it.
roll up another
Yeah,
one.
please. Oh,
now
Lord.
both are gone, and the world is left with fewer lies. Ed, a self-educated demonology expert, and Lorraine, a trance medium, the great ghost hunters who locked evil relics like Annabelle in their private museum. Let's refresh. Ed was a brutal opportunist who was never above lying or staging scenes to make a better story. Lorraine, using cold and hot reading, worked as a psychic consultant for TV. They were caught supporting the Amityville haunting, which I'll read about that one too if you want me to read. I think that might have the thing with the
Shit, you know what's funny? My mother is in the chat, and I believe, Ma, didn't you and I see the Amityville haunting movie together? It's probably one of them fucking, excuse me, well, I ain't gonna say excuse me. You know how the show kind of goes, but it was one of them Tuesdays. We used to go to them Kiss Tuesday. We had the Kiss card from Kiss 108 and them $2 Tuesdays. So I always go to movies.
Yeah, the Amityville haunting, a known and proven fraud. Plagiarized the story of their demon doll Annabelle from the 1963 Twilight Zone episode, The Living Doll. Go watch that episode. Boom. Their story, it's almost identical. It's fucking mind-blowing.
I love it. Every New Year's, they do that.
Exaggerated, lied, and misrepresented the parent case to the point of putting the current property owner in danger. Completely faked the events of the Connecticut haunting and covered up Ed's anti-Semitic rants during the events. Interfered with the Glazette murder case and were sued by the family. And supported the known fake Enfield poltergeist. While all this is going on, Ed carried on an affair with a 15-year-old girl, Judith Penny, who lived with them with his wife's consent, who he got pregnant and forced to have an abortion, revealed in the Warrens brothers' lawsuit in December of 2016. As for their haunted museum, shut down for code violations, less a sanctuary of occult protection and more carport full of Walmart Halloween stuff, I hope that I bury this fraud in a spring-loaded casket full of glitter, as she was good for cheap jump scare gags like they like to pull. Remember them for what they were, not the loving Catholic power couple, but the fame-hungry racist liars willing to do anything for a buck who had no problem with sexual exploitations of minors.
Like they were racist?
Well, I think the anti-Semitic thing and stuff or whatever, he was, kind of.
Wow.
The only real horror story here is that these people were really liked.
Excuse me. Never met them. Oh, wow. Woo!
We've met Andrea and Parrot.
Yeah, I know Andrea. Yeah, I know Andrea Parrot well. Hey, you know what? She likes cookies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a little bit on that Amityville horror here, since we're on this little road here. Let's refresh these frauds, as this crap is refusing to fucking flush away no matter what. The story keeps popping up. In 1975, the Lutz bought a house at a bargain price, a house they could not even afford at the price, and the upkeep was ruinous. The huge house was cheap because Ronald Defoe had murdered his family in it. One night, drinking with their lawyer friend William Weber, who was Defoe's lawyer, they came up with a plan. Claim horrible supernatural experiences and abandon the house. Supernatural and paranormal crap was huge in the media draw at the time. The media would eat it up and they could make money off of the story. With the Lutzes claiming the house was evil, William could get the Defoe case reopened. So that's what they did. The frauds Ed and Lorraine Warren gave credibility, and the book was written. They would have gotten away with it too, but in 1977, Jim and Barbara Cromartie bought the house. They repeatedly told the press they'd never seen anything unusual in the house. Instead of spirits, the Cromarties complained that they were haunted by paranormal tourists who knocked on the door at all hours of the day and night. These people claimed that they were witches. Sometimes they cursed out the Cromarties, and they told them that they would die. So Jim sued the whole lot. His case was so strong, the Lutz, Weber, Anise, and the book publisher Prentice Hall settled with them for 6 figures, rather than risk going to court and have to fucking say that they're liars. They settled in the millions. Weber would be sued again and settled after trying to spread the story in 1979 in Good Housekeeping. The house is now owned and, is owned and is for sale by Carol and Leonardo. She has had 0 issues since she bought it. The story shows that this bullshit won't die.
Zach Baggins, buy it, buy it.
Stupid people will believe anything, no matter how hard you try to tell them it's bullshit. You can't make a pile of shit look like anything but shit. In a court, that won't hold up. But when your bullshit is your only defense, get your checkbook ready. Because that's all they do.
That's the same thing with the people who bought the parents' house. But somebody, whoever owns it now or still owned it now, I guess they let people like, fuck it, they gave in because the money's probably been offered to them enough, but they're like, fuck it. I mean, just going to go Hollywood and do this. But that house, for the longest time, they literally would do an event down the street from the house. There's the cemetery where Bathsheba and all those people are buried and all this stuff. I've seen all that shit, but they didn't want people on the property. But I believe in the past year or so, whoever owns it, if it changed hands or the owner just gave in and now some shit goes on there. Lord, they're probably filming another movie there, but who knows? Whatever. But that's funny too, because the Lutz, the kid, the real one, their last name is Lutz, right, or whatever, who's alive. I don't know what his first name is, but he was like a friend on Facebook. But that dude is like adamant about lawsuits and that whoever's being sued, if he's suing or wants to sue, is not the real story. He's got the real story and the real truth about the real. It's like, fuck, like, dude, good luck. Like, shit, is it worth all that? Like, let it go, move on. It was a good movie, though. I mean, it made for a good movie. What's the name? Was that guy? Was it Brolin? Wasn't it James Brolin? Wasn't he in it? I think that's his name. Well, the Warrens. Never got to meet them, though. I know that house was haunted in Brockton. I talk about that house. I mean, it is what it is. You can't go back and recreate that stuff. That's the problem. You talk about it all day, but that was, the 70s, late 70s?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I can talk about it all day, but I can't go back and recreate any of that.
Nope.
Been back to the area. I can't pinpoint the exact area, though, but I went back there once and was trying to film some stuff over there. But I saw the school and stuff, but I couldn't figure out exactly where the house was. I know the house burned down, so maybe one day I'll be able to pinpoint the exact area. And I'll take it from there. We'll see. Want to go figure it out? See if we can find the portal? I think there's a portal there. Now, I'll say it here and now. If I ever believe on this earth, or I think I know there's a portal, for whatever reason, I'll tell you that's why I believe it is. And if you heard me over the years talk about Brockton, Mass, I've always said that I think it's one of the weirdest, I don't know if I want to call it just fully evil, not because of the people, but whatever kind of energy is there. And if you've ever been there and lived there, you kind of understand. There's just something weird about that place.
Is it within the triangle?
It's right on the tip of the Bridgewater Triangle. There's parts of it that don't really, it's not really part of it, but it's in the area of it. So it kind of would make sense.
Tip, man. It's right at the top of the pyramid, man. Where the most energy is focused on that fucking ley line, dude.
Just the tip.
It's a portal to the fucking 19th dimension.
You know how I feel about New England. Did I ever how it burned down? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I know that it burned down and stuff. I knew where the school was. It's been so long. I mean, you're talking about, 40 years. since we were there, maybe. I don't remember the exact year we left and all that type of stuff. But I don't even remember much about the place. So that's why I've never really, I talk about it, but I've always said, to me, that's the fucking, if I've ever seen evil or whatever, that's why I say it existed, where I've seen things. But I can't recreate any of that stuff. I hope I can maybe find the exact area. Because if the house is gone, there's no house or structure there, even easier to try to look where I know something may or may not be. I know, yeah, it's 10 minutes from Bridgewater. That's what I'm saying. It wasn't far from Bridgewater at all. It's just the way the Bridgewater Triangle is kind of drawn out that maybe they just don't realize that area, or for whatever reason, it's something, its own thing. But there's just a lot in the South Shore. There's a lot as you get down by the Cape, all that type of area. It's old. That's why all this shit began. In history, everybody talks about these areas being haunted and old hauntings in Mass. That's great, but them motherfuckers, Plymouth Rock, Plymouth. And if you ever been there, it is not great. It's very underwhelming. It's very, very underwhelming. I have to tell you, don't ever waste your time coming to Massachusetts just to see Plymouth Rock. Please don't. Even as a kid, I remember taking us down there for field trips, and the only cool thing was you got to get the fuck out of school and go on a field trip. But then you get down there. Yeah, when they say Plymouth Rock, they should call it like Plymouth Pebble, even more to me, but whatever. Because, yeah, really underwhelming. But there's a lot of rich history here in Massachusetts, so. But that's what I was talking about. Most of the original ghost hunters, ghost shows and stuff originated here because they had a lot to work with. And I think that their intentions, they had experiences. And their intentions was to try to capture it. They've still been trying to capture it. It's just hard to do. I don't knock them. Some of them are just a lot fucking funnier to me and entertaining and just full of shit, but not because I believe someone had experiences, but whatever. You said the house was haunted at 431. See, I don't remember anything at 431. In the basement, none of that shit. You know me, because remember the frisbees in the basement, the records with the 45s with the lighter fluid and lighting them and throwing them like they were flying saucers because I had frustration. But so they're not that even see that's the thing. Even Braddock Park, like certain people have said certain things about the house on Braddock Park, but for me it was just like okay, nothing there ever scared me. It was routine, going from head to toe in the dark in that basement, whatever. None of those things ever scared me. But that Brockton house, I don't remember much of it, but I didn't like it. I didn't like the area. The back was fun because that's where I believe the portal is. You want to talk about some paranormal shit? There was some paranormal shit for me there. And my sister. Well. Shit, it was those houses, all the things that happened in those houses that was the paranormal stuff to me when I was younger. And same stuff in those houses as I got older. Is it following us? Is it following me? No.
It's fucking following you. Get the hell out of here, damn it.
Why? It's chill, man. It's like weed. It doesn't even bother us. It doesn't even have to hit the blunt. It's like the smell of weed, man.
Yeah, and then until one day, fucking, we go live, and then you just see me and Jiggy here with our throats slit and shit, and fucking demons all around the place, and then I'm like, thanks, dude. Thanks for bringing your fucking voodoo up in here. Ricky Bobby.
I didn't say anything about demons.
I'm just fucking around, dude.
I was talking about the cool ghosts.
Oh, the ghost right there next to the interdimensional aliens. I got a whole backyard full of interdimensional aliens.
The cool thing, I don't know if you're still
fucking
there.
Moths out there like crazy, fucking huge. On the dimension they're from.
They're from a parallel universe.
Hey, Jimmy, if you're still there, too. I mean, I talk about how old New England is. Obviously, I mean, you're in such an older area. You sent me some cool pictures like the castle and stuff. One day I'll get across the pond, and I would love to see some of that stuff and explore. There's just so many areas over there I'd love to see and explore. And you talk about some old history and stuff, and I'm sure hauntings. And if anything, that's the thing, too, that we talk about and just laugh about is people will go from here and go to countries where, even if a ghost is speaking English, because obviously we speak English, you guys speak English, but you speak a proper English. And you would think a ghost would have at least some kind of an accent. But then they'll go to countries like wherever doesn't matter, and you would think that the ghosts would be speaking, but you know they're intelligent ghosts, so they're cool enough to make it easy enough to put it in English, so we'll understand. But that's the shit that always gets me, is that no matter where people go,
we're American, ghost hunters, so they're speaking American. Because when you become a ghost, you know all languages. Just like when you die and become a ghost, your name goes into the ghost phone book. So that fucking.
I'm waiting for a ghost to call me by like my proper name. Call me Jiggy, like, you know, call me the N-word or something, because it's like some old racist ghost is like, what the hell are you doing in my crib or whatever. That would make sense.
None of these fucking ghosts, especially down south or anything like that, ever popping off saying some racist shit. Not that I want to hear him saying it, but you know what I mean?
Right, it would make sense.
Like I've seen videos where they're like, oh, look, that Civil War guy, fucking Confederate fucking soldier or whatever, that dude right there was walking, and it's some black people on tour.
So you think he'd be like, what the fuck?
Exactly, you know what I mean? Because he's like, look, he stops and he looks at the people there, and like I'm looking and I'm like, why isn't he saying anything like, well, what are these people doing in my house right now or anything like that? You know what I mean? It never happens.
What are you doing in my house right now? How did you get your out of my house? I will shoot with my rifle, you stupid, dirty. What are you doing here? Leave now. No, forget that. You will die, you filthy. You will die. I'm waiting for some shit like that. Like, I wanted a ghost to just go off. That would make sense. You know, be kind of curious, like, what the fuck are you wearing? Some shit like that. Like, why the ghost would just see you? If you're seeing a ghost in some old school shit and it's talking in some old school way.
No, even if not even just like that, like in a prison, like in a jail, like when we're doing a jail, you know what I mean? Because in a jail, a lot of times it's segregated. The blacks have a section here, the white supremacists over here, you get your Mexicans over here, you know, the Asians, whatever, and they have your little gangs and stuff like that. So never when we're investigating on people, ghost hunters are investigating prisons or anything like that, and they're in a cell, and it's never the fucking white supremacist who got fucking shanked in there, and he's all pissed off now. It's
You
like,
in the wrong block, you.
Why? What's going on here? You don't ever hear none of these fucking racist EVPs
The
from
black
these
was
people.
like, what are you doing over here, you filthy?
And the Mexicans all like,
Hey,
whoa,
what are you
what's
doing
going
over
on?
here? Este? You get your out of here, man. Adios, cabrón. It's just some real shit. That would be awesome. Can't lie. If we're gonna get some shit, not that we do want to get some evidence. That'd be an awesome way to get it. Some Nazi ghost asking if he won the war and shit.
I mean, that would be some authentic shit. You know what I mean?
I think if a Nazi ghost saw us, the group, even like the Paranormal Hood as a group investigated, I think the last thing they would be asking, they would clearly know they lost the war. I don't think they would ask if they won.
That's what I mean. Nobody over in Germany has ever fucking found a dead Nazi soldier and shit, and then the guys all fucking like, "Hey,
what happened?
This
is an outrage.
What is going on?
Nine. Sprechen Sie Dutch?
This shit just doesn't happen.
It doesn't. Well, I mean, we haven't been to Germany or anything yet, but I don't think these people are even.
That's why I'm like, like all the ghosts fucking just the nice ghosts. You only get to be a ghost if you were nice back in life.
Some angry, racist, old school ghosts. Woohoo! Richard Moonchild, fly off the wall and dishes jump off the counters. I call the ghost Bob. Well, that's you have to embrace your ghost. I feel like if your ghost isn't really physically harming you or doing some crazy shit, like leave it alone. And the last thing you need to do is get some crazy investigators come up in your house who is going to antagonize something that may possibly be there. I do believe that spirits hang around their cribs. For some reason, some people just have attachments to their house. Maybe it's their family members, but leave it alone.
Yeah,
like you said, sage, be cool,
Still trying to find the evidence.
I mean, you've had experiences in your house that you think were your grandparents and stuff like that.
I have, light switch.
Right. So it's just a possibility that they're there. That most likely they are, but just
trying
leave
to
them
figure
alone.
out how to prove that shit was fucking real. Figure out how to prove.
Don't
somehow.
antagonize them. Let them be. If they fucking up your stuff, I don't know. Good luck calling all of it. Demonologists, everything. We've heard it all. What was the kid, remember? I don't know, he disappeared too. Maybe he's off saving the universe. Now, I did tell him, instead of aspiring to save Earth, I was like, you need to fight the galactic fight. And he was doing it with the flick of a wrist. Remember him? So he might be out fighting. Maybe I inspired him to fight the galactic fight.
In a long time. I don't.
He might be out fought nothing. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe he realized that the blue aliens were actually bad aliens and shit, and that he's up there fighting them and that's why they're away, because he fought them away. So that might be what's going on.
Like blue aliens.
Yeah, he was from Texas.
That's
too.
why they really went away.
Yeah, that's what it was. He said that's what he said. Listen, I can fight. I got a whole army of people who could do it with the flick of the wrist. And that when they were fighting the demons and everything here, and I said, well, listen, that's cool, but that's thinking, in a linear way. Like, you need to think like galactic. Like, what about what's out there coming here to hurt us? You know what I'm saying? Like Thanos type shit, whatever, man. You should get your peoples together and go out there and think intergalactically. Like, now it's time to fight the intergalactic fight. And I think he took my advice, and he's off. Thank you, Avenger. The flick of the wrist Avenger. I worked at a haunted restaurant also. The place was called Shady Lane in Marengo. Is that Illinois? Yeah, I seeing that right? I don't know what the fuck those things look like to me. It was owned by a gangster. You called him Frank? Cool. Sounds like a cool place. I worked in clubs and stuff. Clubs are odd places, though, especially at night when you're chilling and maybe a couple of you are drinking or whatever and things just go. But that's just good. There's a lot of energy. So much energy goes into places like that of all the people who have been there and stuff. Is it just something that has to do with this, some of that residual energy, people jumping up and down, or those walls kind of letting back the energy that people have built up inside of them? It's a possibility. Because, I've been in clubs where if you're on the second floor and you look up and people are dancing, you can see the fucking floor shaking and shit. You know what I mean? Who knows? Yeah, where my mother lives is a beautiful town. It reminds me of like Cape Cod here, but it is an old town. I don't know if she says that they say it's haunted. I don't know. One day maybe I'll find out. A gangster named his Shady. That is funny. Makes sense though. Hey, fuck it. Call it like you see it. Why not? Sometimes those statements are bold statements. Like they letting you know who they are. Are we actually looking for haunted sites? It depends, Bohemian Exile. Like, we've kind of focused in this area. There was a couple investigations that were done in other states that will be released at some point. But it really depends on what it is and what's accessible, especially like when we travel and stuff, because we do travel. So it depends on where we're at. Like, I'll be in Arizona, like I'm in Pine Top. So if I believe that the area Travis Walton was abducted at is not far from there, so like I might go out there and check that out. I've been stupid though, because every time I go to California, I've been so focused on the events. I won't say I'm stupid, but I don't really make time to venture out much to do stuff. So I've been like by Joshua Tree, which I spent my whole fucking life wanting to see, but on the they fucked up my flight. So I got there too late, and by the time I got to like driving from LA to fucking well, not driving, being driven from LA to from LAX to Irvine, California, which is like southern Cali. I was asleep most of the way and not paying attention, and didn't realize like a past like Joshua Tree was not far from where I was at and all this type of stuff. So that's kind of who I am. So it really depends. You travel, you fly. That's right, I do. I fly. How many people get that joke? That's hilarious entertainment. I wish we could end every show with like one of his songs, but that'd just be too much. He'd probably be like, see, they're playing my music. Look at the tally go up. They're getting it. They understand it. They're loving it. I'm a real rock star now. Your favorite speaker, you're making love to your wife. No, you're probably not. You're probably like really not turned on when you hear my music.
I gotta go back and hashtag that on that show so it pops up so people see it. We'll do a whole fucking David Wilcox album listening fucking special.
Oh my God, can we do that and not get in trouble? That would be great. Yeah. That would just be a good way to pass, like just like one
People
day.
do
like
reaction videos to fucking music all the time.
Ooh yeah.
We do like an hour.
Who wants in on that? Oh, that was a good one, Jimmy. That was well timed, sir. It was perfecto. That was a cool show. I mean, what happened? This I love it. We say this all the time. You give up the ammunition. What do you think we're gonna do with it?
Like the other fucking day. Of all the fucking videos that they could have fucking posted on Sphere Being Alliance fucking thing of Dimensions of Disclosure, they show Corey, David Wilcock, and the Edge of Wonder fucking boys on stage talking about killing somebody. I don't know who they murdered to get into Epoch. He's like, I murdered somebody to get in. He said, I murdered somebody. Ah, everybody laughs. The whole place is laughing.
There's no way to play that clip? I mean, I know some people have played it, but I don't know if anybody's seen it.
If it's still up.
They may have taken it down at this point. Fuckers.
Hold on.
Oh, Alfie Simmons, catch up. Where have you been, my friend, with the music? We've actually, a couple of shows have actually played some of his music. My ears were bleeding. My orifices were bleeding. It was horrible. It was music to the key of no. That was my favorite hashtag that I made for that. Oh, I'm sorry, it was songs in the key of no. Nails on a chalkboard. Things like that. He outdid himself. There's a whole album of his songs and music. And apparently it's not the first time he's done it. I guess there's been more than one, so hey, whatever's whatever. Whatever's clever. But it's fucking hilarious. Cliff Ike. What's up, Cliff? He said Corey thought about his thing. Listen, I'm no fucking I'm not the best singer in the world, but I can sing, but I'm not trying to put out albums either. There was a time when I was younger, I was trying to do shit like that and everything, but I'm 49 and I know Corey's the same age as me, or maybe if he's a few days younger than me, I believe, or yeah. Or he might be a few days older. However the fuck it works. I don't know about Corey. I don't know how old Corey Good is. But if they're my age, it's like those rappers who are fucking... If you're not Jay-Z or Big Daddy Kane or somebody who been doing hip-hop all your life, I don't want to see a 49-year-old rapper popping off his career right now and shit. And that's like what I see, where I see fucking David Wilcox trying to jump his hands and everything. It's like some things at some age you should just give up on. And growing his hair and shit, that's not rock. He doesn't look rock and roll and everything. Just like Corey Good with his mom. I think that's what I said. I think they're trying to form a fucking either a duo and shit. They're going to do some Milli Vanilli type shit. Or they're trying to put a band together because you got fucking Good with his fuck. Here we go. I can hear it. Let's see if they can see it. Good night, Ma. Peace and love. Tell the girls Unc said hello. Peace and love. Yeah, it's going to take a second before you guys will see it. Oh, his dad's a big shot in the music industry? That don't mean shit. Listen, what you could, Puff Daddy, you could get the best fucking... What could you do with somebody his age, though? Like, you'd have to remix that shit from every... What are they going to fucking put in? You're going to be doing that fucking vocoder, whatever they call it? Yeah, good luck. That would be some funny shit. Make him a backup singer for somebody. Blend him in with a bunch of other people. Yeah, check this out, guys, if you haven't seen this video or heard it yet.
While we're on stage, let's talk about what the heck happened with Rachel Meadows.
Look, I'm really glad I only had to kill one person to get in the Falun Gong, buddy. Thank you guys for letting me blood my way in. Corey taught me how to do it. It was awesome.
That a confession?
You're pretty much, you are Edge of Wonder according to Rachel Meadows now. I mean, yeah, thanks for all your hard work, David.
I really appreciate getting my ass handed to me by a multi-millionaire lesbian. That was awesome. It felt very empowering for me, you know?
I can't follow that.
Now, why, of all things, would you post that fucking goddamn comment? Like, what does that have to do with anything? What her sexuality is? Why post it? And who the fuck did he murder? Like, is that like like you saw like, oh yeah, I fucking murdered somebody, everybody, ha ha ha, no, I'm just kidding, yeah, ha ha, joking around. I was drunk the other night. I thought I was being chased by the cabal. I ran that fucking guy over. Ha! I murdered somebody. Ha ha ha! Corey taught me how to do it. Like, and then the Rachel Maddow thing, like that's totally, and that's what you post up on fucking thing, and go and read the comments after and shit on the fucking sphere, and the people fucking what they're saying. It's fucking disgusting. That's fucking disgusting. And these people are all, oh, I'm so higher conscience, love and light. Oh, peace be with you. No judging anybody. I'm ascending. Fuck out of here. What the fuck? That fucking love and light? What the fuck is that shit?
And these folks don't know anything about love and light.
If you looked at all, if you could see.
Yeah, he said he only had to kill one person to get into Falun Gong. And we know Falun Gong ain't about love and light.
And if you looked at the audience, that audience was majority people. Like, I'm not saying there's anything with old people and stuff, but they were like old people, like all senior citizens, like, and everything. Like, come on, hurry up and talk, David. I gotta get down to the fucking
the buffet,
the buffet, the Bluebird special.
I can't afford the food here at the hotel. I gotta go to Applebee's.
But it's. But that's who believes in this Q fucking woo-woo bullshit. It's fucking ridiculous. And especially that right there. Like, seriously, he's over here teaching Ascension School. That's what you're teaching at Ascension School. This is how you ascend. This is what you're the model person supposed to help everybody ascend.
But you do realize too that most of those people in that room have no idea about the MSNBC, about CW's work, and anything connection to Falun Gong. They just see Edge of Wonder. They don't see them. They see Corey Good. They see David Wilcox. They see the people. The Jordan Sather, I believe, was there. The people they saw. They were there to see the bullshit. They were there for the woo-woo. They don't care. They didn't get that. Most of them aren't doing that kind of research. These people don't know what the fuck he was talking about. They're like, yeah, he said something about killing somebody. Whatever. It's probably one of those Dark Alliance people, whatever they are, the Dank Alliance, all those motherfuckers. Fuck them all. Was that a threat? Oh my God, was it a threat? Who cares? Let me tell you something first.
Getting my lawyers involved.
People get so bent out of shape about these threats from even them. The same thing with them. At any point, have their threats really physically caused violence to any of us? Because they're not capable of it. They're not going to do it. And I know people say, oh, well, maybe some fucking crazed fandom something will go after somebody. Good fucking luck. Like, leave people. I'm not asking for it to happen. I'm just saying it almost sounds the same way that these guys talk about. There's always somebody after Corey Good. There's always somebody after Emery Smith. There's always somebody after David Wilcox. There's always somebody after something. It was always Billy Carson showing me screenshots and texting me about someone threatening him. There's always some made-up enemy that's threatening these people.
He was threatening them. It was over money and shit, though.
But it wasn't. These people, there was just random shit that he would send me. I don't know what the fuck they were threatening him about. This dude would just.
It wasn't about I'm threatening you because you fucking.
No, but I'm talking about some of the shit. There was a bunch of shit that these people he would include me in and stuff. And I'm just saying, like, there's always threats. Like, these motherfuckers, even if they're passive aggressively talking about stupid shit to get their crowd going. Nothing that he's like, someone would take that and be like, oh, see, that's another threat towards everybody.
That's what I mean.
Whatever.
That's their crowd of love and light and everything.
They're not love and light. They're not.
I mean.
They're not.
But they all talk
None
about
of them.
They all think they are. They're all over there. I'm on love and light.
Cease and desist and mail that weed to you. Yeah, you got to come here, my brother. Where do you live, Cliff? I don't know, Cliff.
He's in Seattle, I believe.
Oh, okay. I'll be in Arizona.
Washington.
Yeah, you're in Washington. You ain't got no problems. The killer cabal, all this blah blah blah. Yeah. David goes to the Eyes Wide Shut parties in the Valley. No, he probably is a swinger. He probably goes to swinger parties. They're probably not even that elaborate and shit. Come on, you think they're gonna let him in? There'd be some fake-eyed, wide shut shit. They'd all have they'd have dollar store costumes.
Tries
and shit.
to have eyed wide shut parties in his fucking fancy little studio basement. They put the cameras in the closet there and stuff, and they got the fireplace with the fucking fake ass shit all around it.
Wait, Cliff High said he's worth like $14 million of shit. Cliff, I'm sorry.
I don't know, because he must have it all in the bank, because I've seen in the fucking his backyard and his basement there in his house, like, unless he got fucking ripped off on his house, I don't know.
But yeah, if you want free weed, you got to come here to get it. See, you got to understand, you have to have the experience. You don't mail weed. That's not a good thing. You don't do that. Sorry, but you come here, you got it good, man. Ask Natasha, Mysterious Forces, she's been here. We've had some people who've been in the studio and they've had the experience. They understand the magic.
Yeah, come on over, Cliff. Smoke some weed, eat some mushrooms.
Come on, Cliff. You want to get high?
You want to get real high? Don't forget to bring a towel.
Come on, Cliff. Let's see if you can hang with the big boys. Your name is Cliff High. Come on, man. You want some edibles? We got all that. Come on. Step into the hood. You'll have a blast. You ever been to Boston?
Smoke weed every day.
From Boston outer space.
EW is actually probably only worth $1 million or so. Is he even worth that? He seems like he's struggling. I mean, I guess he probably has that in assets then with his wife, whatever, and she does her thing. I mean, is that collective? I don't know. I don't get into people's finances. I don't really care. They just don't approach. He doesn't. I don't know how to say it, but when you've been around money and working for millionaires, billionaires, and stuff, doing security and different things, you just kind of understand and kind of see people who have money, and he just doesn't seem like. I've seen other people who seem like they have money and have nominal, probably have a little bit of money, and when they're out, they have production, they have camera people and different things, and you see this dude, it seems like, why would you'd have something set up, your wife wouldn't be working the cameras, you wouldn't be struggling to ask her to have cameras done, like you'd have certain interns, maybe a business going where it literally it's a business for him. Why wouldn't you set up where you would have the assets of people around you to put out professional production and stuff like that? Especially when you've learned from the best, you think you'd understand how to do that type of stuff, and you would make that stuff happen.
Make more money when it's in house.
Right. You could do all that kind of production yourself and everything, and really kill YouTube, kill all this type of stuff, and not need a guy and not need anything else. And he's learned from the best. You'd think he would understand that. Like, just go and get a fucking producer, get someone to produce some shit. I mean, that's what they're doing, in essence, through Edge of Wonder. And what's that fucking, aren't they trying to launch their own kind of Gaia type shit anyways? What's that shit called?
It's not them. It's not them. It's some other buddy who launched the fucking streaming service, fucking Conscious Evolution, and David's got a show on there.
See, there you go. So he's always looking for someone to do something. I just think if you people who have that kind of money, like Joe Rogan and stuff, he's got money, and his studio, the way his show runs, everything and stuff like that, it's production. It's pretty much, unless there's other dudes we don't see, but it's pretty much one kid who sits there and just has the ability to make shit happen. And no hiccups, nothing. So I just think when you have money, it would show in your production. It would show in what you're doing. You wouldn't be struggling, and you wouldn't be on camera live arguing with Elizabeth. Like, come on, Elizabeth, get camera 2 right. Camera 1, come on. Hey, Elizabeth, do I look good? My makeup? You would have all that stuff done. That's what I would do. If I had money, then we would be. It just not. There's anything wrong with this studio. I'm just saying you would have the ability to do different things. You'd elevate what you're doing to the point where you could possibly be a Joe Rogan if you wanted that to be not
Elizabeth's karate lessons are not cheap, man.
Exactly.
Okay. We can't afford to pay camera guys because we have to pay for her to go to her karate class.
But Cliff, see, I have to, because you may have a lot more knowledge of some inside stuff. But whenever I hear lawyers from DW and these folks, like, who are these lawyers? Because from what I gather, who are these lawyers? Is this stuff really legit? I'm sure in some cases, some of this stuff might be legit, but are they overblowing what's going on? There never seems to be any outcome from that. You never actually see a paper trail. where there's really some legit stuff going on. And when you do kind of see whatever little bit of stuff, like even CW showed us, it looked like it just reeks of bullshit to this day.
Or the bullshit that Billy showed us.
Right. You don't see CW stressing about it. I mean, he's not really talking about it, but if you ask him, he'll tell you, but I don't see him stressing about it. He hasn't gone on and said, listen, I got to stop talking about this. Like a legit lawyer or a legit situation has come about this, and I'm just going to stop talking about it for now until I can later, if I ever can. Whatever. That has not happened.
You can't, because when they go to court, they know they're going to have to settle because they can't prove their bullshit.
Jimmy Church, has anybody ever seen, like, he got a cease and desist, whatever? I don't know if he showed it. I don't watch his show. I don't know even how to watch his show because I don't know, he doesn't really do stuff on YouTube. But has he ever showed this cease and desist? And what is the outcome? And has he just gone silent because conveniently, you know, it's just easier to not talk about it? Or did he get the same shit that CW got? So the thing with lawyers and all this type of stuff and lawsuits and everything, it's just Corey Good, everything, you know, everybody's been fucking connected. Do you think that at some point that all these people, the law enforcement, even them would be like, listen, in the tweet, like, you know, we'll contact you soon. There'd be some kind of message. Nothing. So where's it all going?
How many times they fucking put us in the fucking tweets at these law enforcement
Still tweeting some shit that has nothing to do with it. I don't retweet that shit.
Fuck.
To try to see what I'd see. Well, that might be the. I mean, maybe he did. Maybe he had a little bit of money. That's where he had to pool his money and say, "Fuck it, this is why I have to."
The time when Corey finally blocked me and shit is when I told him, I was like, Corey, dude, just DM me. I'll give you my information. You can tell the law enforcement, and you can just have them get in contact me. I don't want to wait around. I got shit to do and stuff. You know what I mean? So I'll just get it out of the way. I got some time right now. I was like, just give me all the information for all these people you keep at me at, that whatever the fucking whoever's in charge of the case, and I'll talk to him.
Well, he didn't block me until I said that his wife.
And he blocked me. I don't know why.
He blocked me when I said his wife liked me. She liked some jiggy. He got offended. She did, though. Gave me a big old hug in the end of the night. She was like, Jiggy's a nice guy. Now she hates me. Sorry, that dude makes up some bullshit. The copyright strike, I guess, yeah, because, well, that's his income stream. That's probably where he had to pull his little money and for fuck it, I got to do this here. Let me get a little lawyer and keep that income stream going. But other than that, I don't, other stuff like the whole cease and desist and all that type of blah, blah, blah bullshit, like whatever. Listen, a lot of smoke and mirrors, a lot of bullshit with that side. It's always going to, it's coming. It's getting close to the end of the year. Everything's going to be 2020 if they're not already talking about it.
Well, I don't know I didn't watch it yet, but there's a video of some guy talking about some special diet because the solar flash is coming, everybody.
Oh, word?
The great solar flash. Hopefully everybody's going to ascend up the fuck out of here finally.
You can only eat ass for the next few months until
you ascend up out of here.
Right.
The 5D is coming.
Right.
To ascend.
You have to put the D in the ass and then eat the ass so you can ascend. There you go. That's how you get to the D and ascend. And you got to start doing it now. That's your only diet for the next few months. You can have water, though.
Yeah, I got some. We got an insider. We really have an insider who's been on the show before, actually, and stuff. He's hopefully going to come on the show again soon. He's supposed to be coming this way, I guess. He knows all about the sun. He helped fucking build some of those fucking satellites that are part of the Soho fucking solar absorbing satellites that are orbiting around the fucking sun and observing the sun and everything like that. And we'd know. He'd let us know. Hey guys, the great solar flash, it's coming. It's coming.
Yeah. Game over, man. It's always coming. Always coming.
BG. It's ASSEND.
Yes.
Ass end.
Right. Ass end.
We take that 5D and ass end up out of here.
Ass to mouth.
5D ass end.
Yeah, when it passes, they'll say something happened. But
some of them prefer the 6D though.
Yeah, they'll say at that point that they're we're vibrating on a higher level now, but they just can't see us yet. But then the next big solar flare that I'll figure out when it's not going to happen will help keep taking us closer to the next D. I'm David Wilcock. I love the D. We're going to ascend to this D. We're going to get there, folks.
That video showed how fucking low their vibrators are set.
Yep.
That was definitely not no 4D, 5D fucking vibrations going on in that fucking room. That was some fucking 1D shit.
He was so happy that he
that was some one-dimensional shit.
But did she say his name? Did she say him by name or anything, or they would just?
I didn't watch the Rachel Maddow, but I know that there was Falun Gong and Epoch Times has been in the news, and it mentioned fucking, of course, because David Wilcox is on there, and it mentioned other people too besides David Wilcock, but I don't know what the whole thing fucking the whole entire story was on the Rachel Maddow or whatever, but whatever it was, that was completely I mean, that's fucking, what does her sexuality have to do with anything about what she's reporting on you?
Because that's what they care about.
Exactly, because that's what a fucking 1D fucking person does. That's not something peace, love, 4D,
low
5D,
vibration
ascension coming. Yeah, exactly. I was like,
they get the gas,
and they are the ones that actually put the video up. They put the video up, Clip. That's the thing that blew my mind when I watched it. As soon as they put it up, I was like, hold on, this must be a fucking mistake, and I recorded it, so I have that saved.
It's not a mistake.
I know it's not a mistake.
Hey, Cliff.
After that, I was like, just in case. I was like, I can't. That's what they fucking put up to show at something that's about ascension and disclosure and everything. I was like, good job, guys.
But hey, Cliff, can I say something to you? If you've listed it all to us lately, this is what these motherfuckers are about. This is how they think. It's the exclusivity that they're looking for. They're not exclusive. They want certain people. They don't want to be inclusive. All of it. Falun Gong, all these people. David Wilcox, all these low vibration people who talk about all this higher vibration, all this type of shit.
If whatever.
They're not about none of that.
If whatever they were saying was fucking anything that that Rachel Maddow was reporting on them was fucking wrong, and they knew the truth, that's what they should have fucking said. But instead, they just go right for personal attacks.
What if it was a black person? What if it was a Latino lesbian? What if it was any of those type of that you're going to point out all these type of things about somebody? Like, come on, low vibration.
Yeah, that's what they were trying to brag about, the size of the audience fucking there, and because it was on their 360 cam and shit, and you could like spin around and see the audience, which is kind of a mistake because when you look at the audience, it was a lot of people that like live in my grandparents' neighborhood. Not that there's anything wrong with old people, but their audience wasn't. I don't know. I mean, there were some younger people in there, but the most of them were quite old. A lot older than DW's like age crowd, like his parents.
Oh, I know.
Crowd.
I see it. I see him. I go to these events. I know who shows up early. You know who's getting there when they're like, yeah, I'm gonna get my head start. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it's just the idea of who they're reaching, who's there, and the size of the room based on the amount of people you have. That whatever. Is there people waiting outside where people ride in to get in and shit like that? That means absolutely nothing. Fill a fucking arena. You want to impress me? I've worked fucking security at arenas and stuff like that. Impress me when you feel the fucking garden, kid. Then come and talk to me.
That's a nice preference,
I'll
Cliff.
stand on stage and do security for you. They don't want none of us, Cliff. They've already told you, Cliff. They basically flat out told you that you're not invited to their party. You're not going to ascend with them, brother. They already told you that. You don't vibrate with them,
That's
man.
what I mean. Their whole thing is, oh, we are one, and what's the Q thing? Where we go one, we go all. But I'm like, wait a minute, how come some of us are being left behind? I'm like, hold on, Q, hold up. Where we go one, we go all. But what about the wall? What about the people on the other side of the wall that your savior's gonna build? How the fuck is that possible?
Yeah, war.
How are you gonna go? How are we all gonna go?
Racism.
If some of us are on the other side of the wall.
Sexism. Homophobia.
That's what all that shit is. That's what all these people fucking want. That's what they're all there for. It's just because they want the bullshit. That's what these people are. They're just sitting there fucking sadly because they're all fucking laughing and think that's fucking great. Ha ha!
Just listen to their words. They tell on themselves. Just listen to them. They tell on themselves. David Wilcox has said it.
Right, David. Fuck that lesbian. Ha!
Some pets can ascend with. So yes,
like,
you can take your pets with us,
shit?
but still, some people can't go. Your pets, I want you to take your pets. I have no problems with pets. I got pets. I want them to go.
Not reptiles, though. No shapeshifters.
Yeah, no, they're gonna take some shapeshifters with them. Those are the powerful ones. Those are some of the aliens they're in contact with. You know, some of my alien insiders are shapeshifting reptilians. It's okay. I know you saw V, just like me. It's okay. Fake motherfuckers. They said you talk too much. They should be anybody. David Wilcox. I've never seen anybody who can talk so much about himself and supposed to be trying to teach you something.
His family said they talk too much. They are all Masons and he's not or something. I didn't see the whole thing. I'll scroll back up right now. I was hitting the blunt. Sorry, Richard Moonchild. I didn't see what you said. Trying to keep up with everybody right now. I should have put slow mode on.
Yeah, I know, Cliff. It's like they're not even worth doing like whole shows and everything on. We just talk about them sometimes because it's like they're jokes, threats, anything from them. I just laugh it off. Anybody who says they're coddling, hiding, and it's just like, okay, good luck. I'll go to contact
get
in
it
the
on
desert.
record and point it out so people are seeing it. Because when people come and watch and they see it and they're like, "Oh fuck, wow, that's fucking pretty sad."
Yeah.
So I posted it up with the things that I posted up.
Just like to point out that they like to show you exactly who they are. They tell you exactly who they are, what they're about.
It's right here.
But they call other people the dark alliances and dark cabals. We're the dank alliance and stuff, man. Spread some peace and love. Smoke some weed. Do some psychedelics. Chill the fuck out. Then maybe you'll fucking start to vibrate higher. Low vibe people. You're low energy. You're low vibe. Fuck out of here with that shit. Ain't no low energy. No low vibration here. No, you didn't start anything. It's fine. No, things get talked about. It's all good.
Yeah, it's a good idea. We'll hold on to their money. When you ascend, we'll just hold on to your money for when you come back. If you happen to get, reincarnated on this planet again, to do it all over if you fucked up. Whatever their fucking shit is.
Yeah. O's in it? Now you have to, what's O's? But did you get me more? Go remind my brain.
I'm going to have my lawyer draw up some fucking paperwork and send it to fucking... whose house would I want? I'll take Corey Good's house, and you can have David Wilcox. We'll send a letter saying that when they ascend, that we will take their property.
I ain't send them nothing. Fuck them.
Neither am I. I'm just fucking around. I'm just saying, fuck.
What shit? They probably... Listen, that's why they probably fucking keep trying to run their scams and stuff. Whatever. Good luck. They don't have anything I want or need. Good luck. Let them live their lives. Don't leave me anything. Just keep it moving. Just go ahead and do it. Just fucking get it over with.
Shit. Some of these people
just ascend already. I don't care.
All this stuff. Let's go
let
take
them
all this
know.
Stuff.
Let them fucking ascend. Just leave. Whatever. Who cares?
Well, we gotta have to move their stuff out of the way. Like a bunch of empty stuff.
No,
around.
I don't. They're all the way on the other side of the country. I'm not going over there
people
anyway.
Around here are supposed to ascend too.
Yeah, but they'll probably some of those people will go over there. I'll
what
stay
if they
here.
Just
I like New England.
Start ascending in the
I like New
traffic
England.
And shit. You know.
Well,
what I mean?
then I'll do that here, but I don't have to go over there and do that. But the people
I'm not saying, I wasn't saying going there. I'm just saying people all over the world are supposed to ascend.
Right. Well,
we're going to have to move all this shit out of the way so we got more room for activities, dude. I'm going to use these cars for activity. I'm going to fucking be like, oh shit, let's drive this car through this fucking ascended asshole's fucking house.
Cliff, you know what's funny? He can rent, he can own, he can buy. I don't care. That's the thing about all these people, finances and stuff. Like people like Billy Carson flashing about being a boss and you got to make money and all that type of double talk bullshit and everything.
DW tries to like show off and everything. He's
cares?
Like, I'm here in my backyard and this big huge tree just fell down.
That's where you know that they're
like,
fucking.
Why you got dead trees in your backyard, dude?
You don't see fucking Buddhist monks and people who
are
really
HOA.
fucking meditate and worried about some kind of ascension or reincarnation over there, worried about houses, cars, vacations, none of that type of shit. That's why you just know that they don't care about it. They're just like preachers. They're no better than any fucking I've met some good preachers, but they're just
is just the new religion.
Who cares what the fuck they have? I don't care. Who cares? I ain't rich. I ain't got shit. I work fucking hard for my money. I ain't out here trying to act like I got shit. I work hard for my stuff. Ain't nobody give me nothing. Ain't no one giving us nothing. That's the difference. Not saying that makes us any better. I'm just like all that stuff that they show, whatever they want to brag about. Good. Even when I'm out at those places, I was just at International UFO Congress. Find 10 pictures. Good luck. Find 10 videos. Good luck. When I go to the thing in a couple of weeks, shit. What the fuck? Where am I going? Whatever.
David always seems to think his fucking dreams are coming true, and they never fucking come true.
Oh, his
It's
dreams.
Just, his fucking. He doesn't legitimately believe his fucking dreams are coming true. He's fucking.
What dreams?
Because that's what he fucking posted about. My dreams.
I
I
know.
dream about this stuff because I'm Edgar Casey. I'm channeling. I see the future.
He's sitting on the
I know
fucking.
what's
He's
going
sitting on the
on.
shitter. He's sitting on the toilet trying to think of some shit to fucking
He's
be.
like, what can I? And he's skimming through fucking on his iPad or his tablet, and he's looking through, and he's like, what can I fucking say as I'm dreaming about, and it's gonna be big soon. What can I do? Hey, Elizabeth, you find anything out there yet? Get Corey on the phone. What has he got?
Big things are always about to happen. Always.
Big things always happening. Big things. That's real hot. Oh, that's real hot. My dreams are coming true because big things, they're happening all the time.
Tribunals, the aliens.
The same thing with fucking Billy all the time. I'm up here. I'm big things.
Yeah, I'm everywhere. I got a passport, son. No one else got a passport.
Successful people
Yeah.
are successful because they're doing things that other people aren't
Who
doing.
aren't successful, aren't capable of being successful because they're not successful by doing the successful things that successful people do, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right. I think I
They're
got
failures
it.
because they're not doing what successful people are doing.
Does not compute.
You gotta speak up.
Like, seriously.
Fucking
the long
stupid.
con bullshit. Come on. Ain't y'all done with it? I know I am. It's fun, though. It's funny to watch. Like I said, I don't know. I don't get it. They're so peace and love and light. At least some of them admitted they're not about peace and love and light, and you just listen to their words. Like, you don't gotta do a lot of research. Just listen to them. Just listen to what the fuck they say, and good luck. If you want to pay money to be a part of that and ascend with them and do it, if you need a ride to an airport, a port, a train station, some
Fucking
form of
a
transportation,
ley line, portal,
to the
wherever it
ascension,
is.
let me know, please.
Yep.
I'll help you there.
We're fucking putting together an ascension bus.
I'll go
fucking
see.
drive
I'll
you
go
there.
see if I can find the portal that I think is a portal, and if that works, then if I find it, I won't even charge you. I'll take you right there, and you can ascend through that portal. But just leave.
Oh,
Why
I know it's a
prolong the
huge
process?
fucking bullshit market. It's a big
Self-motivation
market right now. I know
marketing,
it's
basically.
fucking
Yep.
huge. It's
Yep.
huge.
Yep. Everybody's a guru. Everybody's a teacher. Everybody's a shaman. Everybody's a
Don't
psychic.
get me wrong, there's some
Everybody's
good
a
stuff in there with
schmedium.
the self-motive, but when
It's
they
the-
start
it's the-
throwing in the alien bullshit and all the other stupid fucking bullshit that they throw in, it's like, well, there you go. Throw it out the fucking window. You know what I mean? It's fucking ridiculous.
Repackaged, recycled religious bullshit.
Oh, yeah, 2030. Yeah, they pushed it way ahead now. They should have been like, it's 2052 now.
They're
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
fuck
yeah.
it, we got to get as much money out these motherfuckers as we can because their movement is not reaching too well. Jordan Sather's not going to help them, and I don't know what other young folks they
Well,
have.
Jordan said that without Q being banned and posting fucking cracker crumbs or whatever the fuck they do right now or whatever, and he doesn't have anything to fucking feed his community about Q and shit right now. He's all upset and shit.
He said, do I code?
No.
Is that like some...
Yeah, like computer.
Yeah, no, I can tell you no. I started with Atari, and yeah, even my Commodore 64, and yeah, I still have my AOL account, if that helps, but yeah, no. Sorry, brother. I'm a different kind of smart. T-shirt time? What? Ascend 2032. We're not gonna shit. That's the whole thing. Keep pushing it farther ahead, and they're just gonna keep milking that fucking cow as much as they can. It's hilarious. Wow.
Now, I'm gonna start making like fucking blue fucking chicken bird T-shirts and shit like that and selling them.
Q made Jordan. Yeah, well, where is Jordan? They're fighting for scraps, and they're blaming everybody for their bullshit. It's everybody's fault that no one wants us at these things. No one wants to hear your bullshit, all the bullshit that comes with it. And their fucking demands and money and everything. Coding can lead to Cliff, BS, not bullshit, brain surgery. You have to speak, and I'm a different kind of nerd. Like, you want to speak, if you can put it in like Avengers or like X-Men or Marvel somehow. Can you put it in sci-fi nerd for me? But yeah, you'd have to, it's not something you could ever explain to me through text or anything online. We'd have to sit down, and I'd probably have to be really high or maybe on psychedelics.
You probably don't have time to explain this to you.
He probably doesn't. Yeah, no, I'm not stupid. I'm just, like I said, I'm a different kind of smart. Open source intelligence. Maybe you might teach me something, my brother. Who knows? Maybe my brain is wired for that now.
There we go. Oh, open source and thing. All right, I got you now.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, I'm not. I don't see. I'm not a life stoner either, though. But it's the brain surgery stuff. So who knows what my brain can do?
It
now.
obviously must be Luciferian. I mean, Bohemian Exile, you are just brilliant over there. I have a python. Am I Luciferian? Or I've had pythons. I don't have one currently, but I've had a bunch of pythons. Am I Luciferian?
Sather is a programming language. What? You confused me, Bohemian Exile. A mild form of hacking. Hacking? Oh, Lord. Is that elite? That sounds... I don't know. Never mind. I don't know. Yeah, you're speaking in a whole different language that it's not that I'm not capable of understanding. You'd have to just get basic with me. And like I said, right there is hard because the text goes slow and my brain is just different now. But who knows what it's capable of doing. I don't doubt it.
But the blast blunt has been smoked for the evening.
Oh, God. I didn't even see what time it was.
Yeah.
Yes, folks.
Now.
It's late.
It's time to go.
It's over. We're out.
Until next time.
Saturday, maybe we'll go live, from Freedom Rally here.
With Mendo Dope and show what's going on at Boston Freedom Rally / Hempfest.
Yes.
So it'll be a good time this weekend. Everybody out there on Boston Common getting high.
Yep. Celebrating the Freedom Rally. So until next week, tell a friend, be a friend, subscribe, share, like. You know what I'm saying? And until then, peace and love. We out.
We out of here.
Peace and love.